Hey boys and pearls, welcome to the Charm City Unicorns channel where we talk about our knitting, crafting, and lifing shenanigans. I'm Shayla.
And I'm Profesh. No, I'm Heather. And in today's episode, we have some fun things for you. We're going to talk about, the usual Baltimore Fact, what we're knitting, etc., what we're wearing, blah, blah, blah. But also, we're going to talk about our trip to Nashville for Nash Yarn Fest.
Yes.
And show you our Nash stash.
Epic hauls. Yes.
And then we are doing a review of the Addi Unicorn needles.
Yes.
So,
you heard that right. Unicorn.
Yes. And a giveaway.
Yes.
So, make sure you watch the whole episode and you will find that, or skip to the end, whatever feels good for you. And we'll talk about the needles and crochet hooks, as well as let you know how you can enter the giveaway.
Yes. And this is episode 4.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the potion, loving this devotion.
And we're back. I think it's been a month.
It's been some time.
It's been about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Life
has been lifing.
Yeah, life has been lifing.
Yeah.
So this is the first weekend.
Yes.
I am at home in the month of March.
Yes, and it's like
so I have been gone.
March.
Yeah, I have been out of town the last 4 weekends. And Shayla here was deep in bag making mode for a few weeks there.
Yes, and then I was in recuperation mode from bag making mode.
Yes.
So it's been a whole thing, but we are here.
Yes, we did not disappear.
No, we did not.
No.
We promised that we would come back, and we did, because we miss you guys and we love you guys.
True.
Okay.
True. I actually really love doing this.
I do too. It is a bright spot in my monotonous routine.
Yeah. Like I thought at first we were quite nervous.
Yes.
But now it's enjoyable to do this. So I don't think we'll go away because we actually enjoy doing this.
This is true. I do. Yes, and I like to see Heather. It gives me an excuse to come to her house and harass her and the dogs.
Come to my house
and
anytime.
Chris.
Oh yeah, well, Chris is easy to harass.
And then we force Chris to make us food.
Today he's making the little
sliders.
Ham sliders.
I requested these. Okay.
So let's start off with a Baltimore Fact.
Yes.
Baltimore Fact this week.
Take it away, Heather.
Yeah. I mean, if you've been to Baltimore, you're aware of these things called crabs and crab picking, which is quite the Baltimore pastime.
Okay.
Because, I'm from Ohio and, we have crab cakes, but they're mostly a whole bunch of breadcrumbs with a little bit of crab with a K. Crab with a K. So I moved to Baltimore and I was like, oh, crabs, let's try this out. So the thing about crabs is it's a very popular thing here because Maryland is along the Chesapeake Bay. And blue crabs thrive in brackish waters, which is what the Chesapeake Bay is. If you don't know what that means, it means that it's kind of half salt water and half fresh water. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this till I went on one of my kids' field trips at school because we don't have brackish water.
Was it the one when you go to the bay and you have to
yes, down to the little.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was.
And you had to step in the water.
Yeah.
Like with the big tall boots on.
Yes.
Was it a good time though?
No. It was cold that day.
Yes. It's always cold because it's like in the spring, but not when it's warm spring. It's like early,
yes.
Yeah. It's not a good time. Okay.
And then, so there was a lot of crab to be had in the 1800s, maybe earlier. But it wasn't always as popular as it is now because back in the 18th and 19th centuries, oyster was king. Crabs were abundant and cheap. Crabs were for the pores.
It's news to me.
Well, lobster also used to be for the pores. But, so crabs were for the pores.
My, how the tables have turned.
Yes. Now crabs, it's part of the Maryland identity. So along with that flag, you have the flag, crabs, and Old Bay. There's a lot of other Baltimore things that we'll talk about another time. Yes, Natty Bows and the Orioles. So when people traditionally have like a crab feast, they call it crab picking.
Okay.
People like take a table and line it in like brown paper bag.
Okay, wait.
Type stuff.
That's what crab picking is?
I think.
Oh,
I could
thought
be
you
wrong.
meant, like picking crab.
Well, that, but that's the whole thing. The whole, if you're having a crab feast at home.
Well, I've been to several of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the brown paper, and then you have all your crabs, and they are covered in seasoning, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
And some people, like my husband and my mother-in-law, request extra seasoning so that I can't breathe.
Yes. Extra seasoning. And then you have a mallet and a knife, I think.
Yes. Well, no. Well, some people might have a mallet and a knife. I have a mallet and that's it. And I very rarely use it.
And you pick apart the crab
It's very
to eat the
time
crab.
consuming.
Now, people have made this an art form because it is very important to get every piece of the crab you can.
Here's the thing. I'm usually the person that's going to pay for the crabs because I am not going to get every single piece. I do not have time. I'm not cutting up my cuticles.
Oh God,
It cuts up your cuticles, your fingers, and don't make a mistake and touch your eye with like Old Bay seasoning on your hand. You're done.
Yeah. And here's the thing. This takes hours.
Yes.
Hours. And you don't, in the end, get that much crab meat. So it's really more
you actually have to have a meal.
Yeah.
Before or after.
It's really more, I think it's turned into more of a social event.
Yes. A pastime.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's an hors d'oeuvre.
A very
a long prelude to dinner.
A tedious hors d'oeuvre. But
yes.
You, on certain holidays, you have to like order them in advance, pick them up early in the morning, or else you're not getting any. Like on the 4th of July, Memorial Day.
By the bushel, right? You buy by the bushel.
And you have to tell them if you want male or female and what size you want. Highly sought after, yes.
Yeah.
Especially, it's kind of like when the pools are open.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That one.
Outdoor picnic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they're also messy. So
they are messy. They're messy because of the spice. Now,
yeah.
We'll talk about the spice. Okay, so everybody knows, well, not everybody knows, but if you've been to Maryland, you know about Old Bay. So Old Bay, which actually helped popularize crab picking.
Okay.
Instead of eating it in a soup or a crab cake.
Mm-hmm.
It was invented, he was a Jewish German immigrant. So it was a man that he was German and he had his own business and he went into the spice business. And then World War II rolled around and Hitler rolled around and he was, they were trying to get out of Germany.
Mm-hmm.
They got their visas or whatever it was at that time to come to the United States. 2 weeks before they were supposed to leave, the Nazis came and took him and put him in a concentration camp.
Wow.
His lawyer then bribed the Gestapo.
Okay.
And got him out of the concentration camp. The Nazis took all his money, but they didn't take all their things. And when he came to the U.S. from there, he was able to bring his spice grinder. Which is kind of crazy, right? Anyway.
The joke was on them. That's what they get.
Yeah. He comes into Baltimore and he worked at McCormick for like a week and they fired him for some reason. There's two stories. And nobody really knows. Either they fired him because of anti-Semitism, which why did they hire him to begin with? if they were that way, or they fired him because he couldn't speak so much English. Whatever.
And then again, why did they hire him to begin with? Because you knew.
But he was like, fine, I'm going to get some capital from, fellow friends. And he started the Baltimore Spice Company. And he had it close to the wholesale fish market. And then would find that people would come in and they would order big, like, pounds of various spices to then mix them together to put on the crabs. And he's like, well, I can do this.
I could just pre-mix it.
So he came up with Old Bay.
Okay.
Which I think was originally called something else. I had it here. Oh, the original blend was called Delicious Brand Shrimp and Crab Seasoning.
Very original.
But they shortened it to Old Bay, taking the name from the Old Bay line, which was a steam liner that shuffled crab between Baltimore and Norfolk. And they did quite well for themselves, and finally they sold to McCormick in 1990. Wow. So a long time.
I was going to say, that was a long run.
But so while Old Bay is super popular, most people do not know that when you go buy crabs or you get crabs at a restaurant, they are not seasoned with Old Bay.
Are they not?
No. What? It is J.O. Spice.
What's that?
So there was this other dude who was from like Tangier Island, which is an island that was slowly eroding in, like, I don't know if it was Chesapeake Bay or if it was on the other side of the bay in Virginia, whatever. He also started making a spice around the same time, and called it J.O. Spice, and it's very similar, but it actually has a few different ingredients, and so apparently if you use Old Bay on the crabs in the steamer, the Old Bay is more of a refined powder and it'll melt off the crabs while they're steamed.
Yes.
But J.O. Spice, it includes salt, black pepper, red pepper, mustard, and celery seed, which are also in Old Bay. Mm-hmm. But the rest of the ingredients are kept secret. And it's used because the salt flakes and spices are a tad bit larger and adhere to the crabs better.
Yeah.
During the cooking process.
I can see that. Because Old Bay is a rather fine powder.
Yes, yes. So while many Marylanders use Old Bay on everything, popcorn, fries,
everything,
goldfish, and you probably have a shaker of it when you're eating crabs as well. And somebody did a whole lot of marketing. It's actually J.O. Spice.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, my friend's son actually works there in the summers too.
People, when they order crabs, they say they want extra Old Bay. And the person just is like, okay.
Yeah.
They know it's not Old Bay, but they're just like,
well,
okay.
I think it's more like Kleenex.
Right.
You just ask for Kleenex.
Right.
It's become a household name.
Yes.
I do not want to eat them with you. I find them disgusting.
Do you? Okay, so that is our Baltimore Fact.
All right.
For episode 4. So now we'll go into
what we're wearing.
Shayla is not wearing any knitted items because, fun fact, it's 80 degrees today.
Is it 80?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in the house.
It's like
in the air conditioning. I'm wearing.
Well, it's not 80 degrees in here, but out there it's
like 65 maybe.
So anyway, I decided to wear this very cute dress that I got from Walmart online. I never shop at Walmart in store. Online, I always shop their plus size section online. It's very imperative that you only do it online. It's very imperative. But this dress is a little risque, okay? If you saw me at Nash, you would know that I had this dress on. has a little keyhole here. We got some side cutouts, but we also got a little side boob going on. I'm not going to give you guys that show. But, yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. Heather,
Love it.
Take it away.
What am I wearing? Oh, today I wrote it down because I'll forget. You see me talk about this 100 times. This is my Neon Bliss. I decided, I'll wear it before it's summer. Apparently it's 80 degrees out, so
don't worry, it'll be like 50 degrees.
It's by Vera Valimaki, made in Sport Nouveau from La Bien-Aimée in the colors Hella, Anemone, and Tennis Ball. And it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's really pretty on me.
I like it.
It gives like a sweatshirt, an upscale sweatshirt feel. Like, I like it. It's like you can dress it up or you can dress it down. So let's talk about our finished objects.
Yes.
Yes.
It is it is sad. It is low.
It is pitiful. Listen, life has been lifing.
Okay, so I only have one finished object. And it is the flu socks.
Woo!
Yay! So this is a pattern by Fabian Gassman.
It was featured in the 52 Weeks of Socks.
52 Weeks of Socks. I bought it on Ravelry as a standalone pattern.
Same.
It was also part of a knit along
that I have not been super present in, but however I am hosting. But life has had its claws in me, so I have not been able to be as interactive. However, I'm planning another knit along for the podcast. Heather doesn't know this yet, but we'll talk about that, and it's going to be a little bit more.
Just like when she said, "Hey, we're going to do a podcast, please and thank you."
See?
Hey, we're going to do a knit along, please and thank you.
Bright ideas.
So the yarn is called Candy Hearts. Ooh, that changed the lighting a lot.
Yeah,
it is a sock set that was a collaboration between Fashion School Dropout and Black Pearl Magic in the Valentine's box.
Yes. The Sweetheart Valentine's box.
Yes.
That was inspired by the Brocks.
And you'll know that Kelly at Fashion School Dropout doesn't usually do a 4-ply.
No, she doesn't.
But Shayla insisted that she needed the 4-ply for the socks.
So guys, we should hound Kelly.
And it is actually this 4-ply. I don't know who her supplier is, but it's nice. I made the smallest size. I have small feet. I was blessed with small feet, but I have to wear like shoes with big soles or I'll topple over because the rest of my body doesn't cooperate. I started them on March 10th and I finished them on March 21st. I was very proud. I don't like having multiple, we've talked about this, multiple whips out there. And because some things have had to be put on hold, I have multiple whips and it's killing me. So I was like,
I will finish something.
Yeah, I'm like, these have got to be done so I can just say I don't have that whip.
Let's talk about your sock blockers.
My sock blockers.
Cute. Are they from?
Yes.
You don't even know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, but I do. What are you going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Say it.
Fangirl fibers.
Fangirl fibers.
Okay.
She also had Barbie ones, but didn't have them in my size because I got to her too late.
Oh my goodness.
Because I have to have the small. So these are black.
They are so cute.
Glittery.
Like, I don't think you guys can see them.
Oh, yeah, glitter. But it's a colored glitter.
Yeah, it's like iridescent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're so cute. I do love them.
I adore them.
They make my goth. Oh, I didn't even take the plastic off yet.
Why didn't you?
No!
You guys see it here first.
Just so you know, I'm pretty sure my washing machine still has the protective film on it.
I did my makeup today and I realized that my makeup for like a year has a clear film on top of it. It's just, I've used it and clearly I must have put the clear film back on it. I don't know. Anyway,
So here's
your sock.
my sock.
Okay, so I'm gonna just piggyback off of Heather's FO because I have an HFO, which is a half finished object, but it's identical to her finished object. So mine is different in the sense that I did a different size. So I have a bigger foot than Heather, but I also did the modification where I did the leg in the largest size, which was the size 3, and I did the foot in a size 2 because I have ankles. Remember, that's the word we made up. So I have thicker calves, ankles, and so I did that modification because this is a sock that kind of goes up your leg, and so this is what we got.
Now, did you find this ruffle fun? Or did you want to throw it away? Thank God it was at the top.
Yes. I was very grateful that it was at the top. It was not throughout. And the picot edge is really pretty. So I think that helped me to like
Yes. I
get,
love that picot
yeah,
edge.
the picot edge is, I don't know if you guys can, let me see. Okay. Can you see the picot?
Oh, you can. That
Okay.
looks great.
So the picot edge is really pretty. And so that motivated me to, also after I started the ruffle, I wanted to see what the sock looked like with the ruffle on it. So it motivated me to get through it. But in case you don't know how ruffles are formed, you have to increase dramatically.
Like knit front and back every single stitch.
Like twice.
Twice.
Yeah. And fun fact about this pattern, which you probably don't know if you haven't knitted, but the ruffles are slightly different sizes, and that is done by using 2 different needle sizes.
Yes, so this
Fun
one was
fact.
like on a 2 maybe,
Yeah.
and this one was on a 4.
Yes.
And then the sock itself was on, mine was on a 1.
Mine was on a 0.
Yeah, I wish I had gone down.
Yeah, yours is a bit looser than mine, but when I put mine
Well,
on,
one
it
of them are.
stretches,
I realized I was too loose on one.
and so you corrected it on
Yeah,
the,
yeah. Which, I mean, I rarely wear knit socks anyway. This was
Same.
more just fun.
Yeah.
They're adorable. They'll look cute with my PJs.
Oh my goodness, they so will. And I also plan to wear mine at some point in the spring, because not the summer, in the spring with maybe a dress.
Yes.
And maybe
look
some
super
like
cute.
Mary Jane's or
Mm-hmm.
something cute.
Yes.
So yes, those are our flu socks by Fabian Gassman. Okay. Those are our, and this is my second sock.
Do you have any other finished objects?
I do.
Are they full finished or half finished?
They are fully finished.
Okay.
So I decided to bring some of the finished pieces that I took to Nash. And they're big. So this is my Laveau 1.5, but with snaps, which I adore. And it has a D-ring on it because the snaps don't allow for you to clip a strap to the zipper. So you have a D-ring. You can put a handle on it or whatever you want on it. And then it has these cute snaps. And I like this because you can also put like your skeins of yarn in there, and then these can act as separators for your yarn to come out so things don't get crazy tangled.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That's that. And this is a Barbie print that I had like when the Barbie movie came out. And I had a few more pieces, and I was like, they have to leave my house. So there they are.
Love it.
And then we added handles to our to our 2.0.
I will tell you, I also bugged her about this.
Yes, she did. We added handles to our 2.0. And fun tip, if you ever buy one of these bags from like Pro Magic, you can always just use a hair dryer on them to get them to get their shape
Mold back
or,
into shape.
yes. So we got a fun zipper, fun iridescent zipper, And we got handles.
Which the funny thing is at Nash, which we're going to talk about Nash, don't we?
Yeah, we'll talk about Nash.
Lamont was standing there for like hours next to a little space heater that he brought.
We got a
fluffing
space
up
heater.
the bags and making them come back to life.
We got a space heater, and there were plugs in the floor of the venue. So, but they weren't at our booth, so we had to move into Shani P's booth, and she let us
It was
stay
very
in
nice of
there.
her.
She let us stay in there the night before the show.
And so you had these at Nash.
Yes.
And did they sell well at Nash, or you couldn't tell?
I couldn't really tell how many times you want to buy the same bag.
I don't know. That didn't bother Kat from Cesium.
No, it didn't. Kat has a lot of Black Pearl Magic bags.
Kat, you have an
We
issue.
love her, but she has a lot.
Yes, I love that one.
I don't know if they. I haven't been able to do inventory because the box. Speaking of Kat brought the box of bags back, and then she handed the box of bags off to Shannon. So Shannon is now in possession of
all the bags.
all the bags.
And your shelves.
Yes.
Well, but
they're gonna live. The shelves and stuff are gonna live with her until
Yarn Centric.
yes, because that's in Frederick,
And Shannon lives in Frederick.
I have no need for a whole vending setup before then. So they're gonna live with her. But yeah, she has the other bags. But this. Oh, and Shannon, shout out to Shannon. Shannon came over to try my sewing machine because she got a new sewing machine. And then I put her to work, and she had to pop out these little holes in all these pieces. So my issue with sewing them on is that they can't be uniform. And
Yeah.
it drives me insane.
Oh, yeah, no. And that tight, no.
Yes.
No.
So I was doing a box stitch on a few of them, which is fine, but if it's not fine, it drives me insane, and I would just rather do it this way because this feels very secure.
Which is why I don't ever sell any of my sewn items, because nobody should see that.
That's not true.
That's just for me.
And this is the last one. I think I might have showed this in another print.
You did.
The last
I
one.
think. Or what?
I
Oh,
think
no.
so.
Oh, yeah, this one, yes.
Yeah. But I made a change that I'm really proud of. Did I say that the last time?
No.
That I had found a way to add a zipper tab.
Maybe. I can't remember
I
now.
don't know. But this is the jelly vinyl that the strap ends are made out of. This is the triangle bag. And look, I found a way, because this was driving me crazy. It looked really not neat on the previous bags. This is still folded up, which is why it looks like this.
Now, we have viewers that are asking for the pattern.
I have written a pattern for this, specifically in clear or jelly vinyl.
Okay, and why?
Because there are some patterns out there. However, the patterns for the triangle bags that I have found are for lined bags.
Yes.
So I've written a pattern for this. I am doing the illustrations currently, and then it will be out into the world. I don't have a release date, but the pattern is finished. The writing is done. I'm working on the illustrations.
Shayla's being very particular here. And I think she's really just afraid
I am.
that you're not a good enough pattern writer.
No. I've never written a pattern. I really don't. People always say, like, I should teach people to do stuff. I don't think I'm a good teacher. So, I don't know. But I know that I'm a good writer. So, I think that I can teach people through writing. We'll see. It will be out into the world very soon because it's done.
No more self-doubt. It's true. And you're also holding yourself to standards that are so high. You are not a corporation.
Yeah.
You are not, I don't know, other pattern brands. You're not Simplicity or Vogue patterns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has a team of people and tech editors and more tech editors. Have you read some knitting patterns that you paid money for? And but I mean, do you get mad at them, or are you like, well, this is, you know, a one-woman show doing the best they can?
Yeah. I'm very understanding.
Well, then why don't you give yourself some understanding?
I will extend some grace to myself. I will. I'll get it together, guys, and put it out into the world. It's coming soon. hold me to it.
Yes.
Hound me. Remind me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And that is the end of finished objects. My baby.
So now we've moved on to whips.
Yes.
Whips.
Yes. This is my baby's second sock. So yeah. She'll be at full.
So tiny little needles.
Oh my goodness. I love them so much.
I can't.
But I do not do my cast on these.
Look at your nails. Those look great.
Thank you. Yeah, these are my 9-inch circs, but I don't cast on with these because I have to like manipulate it to join it, and I can't with this.
No.
So I use 2 of them. Fun fact, I use 2 of them to do my cast on. So I have, it's almost like using double pointed needles, but it's not as many needles, and yeah.
I just magic loop it. I'm not a fan of,
little needles.
I have a set of those for a pair of mitts that I'm supposed to make that have color work.
Do they hurt your hands?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm cramped up and I just.
So when I use them, but I think that we knit differently too.
We do.
Because when I use them, I feel very comfortable like this.
And it's also just like what your hands, I don't know.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later when we talk about needles.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's whip number 1 for me.
We will discuss the Granny Stripes blankets.
Yay.
So, as you know, I've had many issues with my Granny Stripes blanket. In the last episode, I asked people for their opinion. So this is the Lucy of Attic 24 Granny Stripes blanket. However, I'm doing the a la Nitty Natty style.
Yes.
Using fingering weight, but I want mine to be a throw blanket size. So my foundation is 251 stitches. Hopefully that makes it like 50 inches wide. And I'm using the 2023 Spun Right Round Advent Calendar,
Which is
you can see.
stunning.
Well, no,
It's a stunning
there's only
fade.
so many of the colors in my Snackle box.
So how many, that holds what, 16 you said?
Yes, that holds 16, and I have another Snackle box with the last 8.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, my first attempt, it wasn't as stretchy and big enough. And so then I tried again, and then my dog ate half the yarn, and then I fixed that. And then tried again and realized, oh, this isn't going to be big enough because I can't do math. I had a minor in statistics. I don't even know what happened to me since then.
I think our brains just short circuit when we're using a pattern, like when we're used to following directions for our making, and when we're left to our own devices, sometimes things can go awry.
Well, I work all day. I'm critical thinking all day long.
She uses her brain a lot.
When it comes to knitting, or crocheting, I'm like, I'm done. I can't. See ya. Anyway, so the most popular comments were, do a neutral color after each mini.
Mm-hmm. But that will require you to rip back.
Yes.
Okay.
Do a sort of several colors of the fade, and then a big stripe of a similar number of rows of a neutral, and then the fade, the neutral. So basically we'll call that the big stripes option. And then the third most popular, which actually is probably the most popular, was fade at the ends. So fade, big chunk of neutral, and then fade, the reverse fade at the other end. So what I decided to do was actually mix and match because of what I could rip back and what I couldn't. I ripped back as far as I could, but I had already woven in ends, so it wasn't as easy as it looked. Mm-hmm. So I started with my original fade. Now I'm doing a neutral after every mini. The neutrals are the Nomad undyed yarn. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a 4-ply 100% superwash merino. And that's because the base of the spun right round was also a 4-ply 100% superwash merino. So now I'm doing after each, I'm doing the neutral or the undyed after each stripe. So I'm going to continue that until I'm done with the fade. Then I'm going to reverse the fade, and at the other end, I am going to have this again. So that's what I got going.
To be stunning.
And I was happy because one of the comments, I don't remember who it was from, but she made a really good point. She's like, look, no matter what you do, if it doesn't work out this time, just quit. Like, she said she gives projects, I'm assuming it's a she, gives projects three
strikes.
3 attempts, 3 strikes, 3 strikes, and you're out.
Done.
Like, if it didn't work out the 3rd time, just stop. It's not clearly not bringing you any sort of joy. So it was going to turn into someone else's, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Somebody would have been very happy to get this.
To receive that advent.
Yes. So I am pleased now. When I look at it, I'm like, it doesn't look that good. But then when I see it in pictures or on camera,
it looks really good.
it looks, I'm pleased, and it'll be nice. And, you know, this is my first real attempt at this. So.
And the more you get done on it, it'll start to look more cohesive to you.
Which, you know, I'm already planning my next granny stripe.
Yeah, me
blanket
too.
with just random minis. But I want them to all be like, have pink in them.
So after you told me that idea, I also am planning that.
Oh, so you didn't start it, right?
No, it'll probably be just like mine with the all pink will probably be. Oh,
and I'm carrying it in my Tanny Casey bag.
Tote bag.
And this is what I love to use for minis. Some snazzy lady gave me a.
Oh, that's really pretty.
What is this one called?
A mini bewitched boxy.
Mini bewitched boxy. And I think it's perfect for minis. And
It really
listen,
is.
this is what I've been trying to get Shayla to do, and she won't listen. But make a bag that has a bigger bottom. Put snap, half the snap, the female or the male portion of the snap.
Yeah.
This is what I do for work all the time. Anyway, this is annoying because whatever, it doesn't matter. On the bottom of the bag, and then the other half on the bottom of these, and then you could stick them down in, and you could move them around.
And I refined that idea a little bit. I've been thinking about it because Heather has been hounding me, guys. So I had an idea where maybe the bottom of the bag could be opaque, and I could put a magnetic sheet in there, like to give it some structure, but also that you wouldn't have to have such a hard like snapping them and unsnapping them.
Tell me that's brilliant.
So you know how you get a bag and it has like that cardboard piece at the bottom or whatever,
which somebody threw away out of my Good Weekender bag.
Oh.
I can't let the people in this house borrow my stuff.
It makes your stuff structurally sound.
One time Chris took the strap off of it because he had some like weird thing he had to send somewhere. It was like one of those like metal briefcase weird things. I don't know. Maybe there's $1 million in it. I don't know. And it didn't have a handle. So he's like, oh, well, that's annoying. So he took the strap off of mine.
And put it on there?
Put it on there and then shipped it to somebody. And I was like, that was my good La Sport sack. I mean, I got it in Nordstrom Rack, but whatever. I love that bag.
But so what? It's yours.
He got it back. I know. I was mad. He did not understand.
I'm so glad he got his life together.
How did he not understand? First of all, if it's mine, just don't touch it.
That's it. That's a rule that we learned in preschool, guys. It's okay.
Apparently, I don't think he went to preschool, and it shows. Is it your turn for a whip?
I think so.
All right. Whip it up.
You know what? Maybe I
whip it good.
Very nice. Maybe I should show the same whip that you showed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So that it can be together. Okay.
Together.
So my first whip that I'm going to show is my Granny Stripe Blanket by Lucy of Addi 24. And I am...
Girl, taking it.
So mine, where Heather is making a lap size, I am making a queen size. So I am also following the direction of Nitty Natty from her Ravelry page. and I am following it to a T because I want to make the same size as her. Oh my God, this is so long and it's pretty on
so
camera.
So good.
Okay, so
those are some long rows.
Oh my God, they are so long. I've been watching Yellow Jackets, the show Yellow Jackets on Paramount, and I've been just trying to get through a stripe, which is 2 rows every episode, because woo. So I am using Fingering Weight Held Single, and I started mine. Well, Heather, if you've been here for a while, you know that Heather started mine, and she chained 302 stitches for my foundation, and then I am using Finger Fibers Toy Story Advent, the Homespun House 2024 Advent, and Dandelion and Dogwood 2024 Advent. And then in some places, oh no, that's it for the most part. 17 colors in here. So these videos will be a nice diary to see like how much I'm getting done. So 17 stripes. We'll see where we're at next episode.
It's so bright.
It's
and
very
happy.
bright.
It makes me happy.
As a whole, it's bright, but some of these colors, guys, I'm like, I would never pick this if it was up to me, but I am not picking them. They are in a box that is covered. I just reach my hand in, I get one. So it's totally at random, and whether I like the color or not, I go ahead and wind it up. Like, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. But it's very meditative.
Yes, it's very meditative, and like I'm a tight knitter. I'm not as tight as I used to be. So, I'm a whatever. But sometimes like you're going along and your hands just start to hurt, and then you switch to that and then do that, and it's a lot of wrist movement. And
a different hand motion, yeah. I've been having a lot of trouble with my shoulder, as you know. My shoulder is
jacked.
My doctor has prescribed me an anti-inflammatory. We're going to see how it works. Fingers crossed, because your girl does not have time to have non-working limbs. But anyway, when I start to have issues with my shoulder, when I'm knitting, I'll switch over to the crochet, and it'll give me a little bit of ease on my elbow and my shoulder. So it's been good for that. Yeah.
My next one is, I just call it the Dr. Jake sweater, but it is the Marie Chen cardigan by Isabel Kramer. So I've showed it to you guys a few times.
You made a lot of progress.
Oh, you would be shocked. In fact, the yarn, it's DK, it's Heavy Bloom is the colorway. It's the Vulpine DK from Little Fox. Yeah, the Little Fox.
Yes.
Yes. Yarns, fiber.
Who was performing at Nash? We'll talk about
Yes,
that.
and very, very talented.
Yes.
So I'm making the size the 42 inch for the bust, but increased to 48 inch for the bottom. And actually, the only thing I have to do now is I did the button band. I need to do the buttonhole band.
You've done so much.
And then I need to block it, because I did the sleeves, but I stopped right before you're supposed to do the rib. Dr. Jakes thinks, and she's probably right, that she has longer than average arms. And, you know, and if you do, I do not. Mine are shorter than average. But if you have longer than average arms, it's really annoying when your sleeves are too short. So I decided to stop, just put it on a barber cord. I'm going to block it. And then when I see her next, which I'm supposed to see her in April, but that might get pushed back because I can't travel anymore, people. Yeah. No more road trips. I'm done. So we're going to try it on her before, and then when I see her, I mean, it'll take me like, I don't know, a couple hours to add the cuffs, like no big deal. So that is it. So I just have to do the button band. Or the buttonhole band. And the only reason I haven't started it yet is because, well, the buttons, she wants, they're a little bigger than your average button. So it won't just be a single, yarn over, so I gotta first figure that out. And I have to measure and calculate, and I have to math, okay? I have to math, guys, and I don't wanna. So yeah, so that is the Dr. Jake sweater, and I honestly can tell you, I am quite proud. This is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever made.
Oh, it is stunning.
And it was this part, increasing and doing the lace pattern as well, or the like sort of like faux cabling. Ooh, Rudy hair. This was a real pain in the butt. And I was like, oh, the sweater.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I finally got into a rhythm, and
where raglan increases are usually very potato chippy. When you add texture in, not so much.
So I love this. I think that she is going to love it.
I think she will too. It is stunning.
This double seed stitch, which also has another name. I don't remember what it is.
Whatever it is, it is
I think
stunning.
the American name and the British name are different.
Okay.
For it. It is so fun.
Oh, it is.
Yes. And I know a lot of people hate that, and like you got to remember, but the double seed stitch on the front, you alternate.
Okay.
But on the back side, you just do whatever. You do the same stitch that I'm like, okay, well, this looks like a knit stitch, so I knit. This looks like a purl, so I purl. But on the front,
it's very intuitive.
Opposite. Yes, it's very intuitive. So, I love it.
It's really pretty. It's really pretty. The texture is stunning. Yes, and I think she'll love it. You're such a good friend. Protege.
I try to be a good friend. It doesn't always pay off for me.
You are a good friend.
And then I'm holding the yarn in this bag that we talked about, my emotional support bag. This is from Tika Bags, Tika.
Who we got to meet.
Yes.
Maker.
Yes, we got to meet her at Nash. She had a couple of these bags. She has other notions and stuff like that.
Needle stoppers, stitch markers, just tchotchkes.
And those super cute bags that are fabric, but the front is the clear, but it looks quilted. It's so cute.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Shop from Tika Bags.
Yes.
You will enjoy. In this one,
oh my goodness.
Again, my emotional support bag. And again, this bag that I'm keeping it all in is 65 South, based out of Alabama.
And they were also at Nash.
Yes, they were also at Nash. This bag was hanging up like loud and proud. And I was like, oh, my bag. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cute. So I have been working on my champagne cardigan by Petite Knit. I am knitting this off gauge. So I am knitting a size 3, which for me at the gauge that I'm knitting will give me between a 58 and 61 inch bust. My bust is a 53 inch, so it'll give me a bit of positive ease. And then I'm going to knit it pretty long, like past my bottom to the top, somewhere near my bottom, so that it can be a very cozy, oversized cozy feel. So
Oh, that was good. Oh, it's the best. Okay.
I'm just gonna take this time to refresh
the lip.
Because why would you do? We literally before we recorded said don't raise your arms, and then I'm like, oh. Okay.
And back to whips.
Back to whips.
Just in case Shayla gets confused.
I will.
Okay.
Shayla will get confused.
Under boob and everything.
Okay, so where was I? Okay, and this is how much I have so far. So it comes right below, well, it comes to like the top of my bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty long, so I put it on hold, and I started the sleeve down. If you remember, we had a little debacle with our yarn, and we are both waiting for more yarn. So I just started on my last skein that I have in my possession. And so I decided to stop because I was at this length and I need to have a bit of length to fade in the different
skeins.
Yeah, like color lots.
And there'll be a different lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to my sleeve. Wow, Shayla. If you, and you can probably see that these two, like right about here.
Were you alternating skeins before?
No.
You haven't alternated at all?
No.
Okay.
I haven't alternated skeins at all. But because this is a smaller circumference and a new skein of yarn, I think it was a lot. And the sleeve was like, girl, we're going to pull the way we pull. And we don't want that. So I am going to rip back
I want that
a little bit.
Needle point. Girl, we're going to pull the way we pull.
So I'm going to rip back some when I get the new yarn, and then I'll fade it. I'll alternate skeins to kind of break it up, because things do tend to pull a little differently in the smaller circumference. But I'm really excited because I feel like
it's going to be amazing.
Oh my God, I love it.
It feels
so
amazing.
Much. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. So I am knitting this in the Boucle Bliss from Super Glow. And it is in her colorway Space Case, which is from way back when. And I am holding it double with the Nomad Cyrus mohair base and the undyed natural colorway. And it is looking so good. And it's so soft. It feels so good. I'm so excited for this. I want it now. But I'm trying to be patient. I decided to keep going, which is not what Heather and I agreed on, and now I'm paying.
She regrets it.
Now I'm paying for it. So just follow the plan, guys. Stick to the plan.
Listen,
I'm
as
still
Mariah says, hi Mariah, explained my personality to somebody. She said, and I quote, Heather is direct.
She did not lie.
No, I'm very direct.
And I appreciate that about you.
And I'm often right, only because I have made the same mistakes.
Yes, this is true.
I will not tell you if I have not made the same mistake. I'll just say nothing. Like, I don't know.
Still using stoling. the traveling.
The traveling
needle stoppers.
The sisterhood of the traveling needle stoppers.
The sisterhood of the traveling needle stoppers that I got from Heather. When I was at her house last, which she got from Shannon. So,
but they're your only matching ones, so we
though
go with it.
I actually curry needle stoppers. I never have matching needle stoppers.
Did you have this in a bag?
Yes. Oh, where's the bag?
Is it this one?
Yeah, it's that one.
The bag. Okay, this bag is amazing.
So this is a bag that I am pretty sure is coming to the shop soon. I want to add a little bit of this was just a test. Yeah, because this was just the test run for the idea. So I want to add some stabilizer, and I might do a French seam on the inside of this, or either binding, because I don't love the way I can leave the vinyl raw, but I don't love the way this looks raw. But I love the way this turned out. It's so good.
It's so good.
And
it's so good.
I love it so much. So this is going to be called the Gemini bag because it has 2 parts. So
I love it. I need one. It's amazing. And it's like, most people don't make bags, in my opinion, that are big enough for full sweaters.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will be coming soon. I am hoping to debut it at Yarn Centric. Oh, I forgot to say, I am knitting this off gauge, and I am knitting mine on a size US 8. And I'm going to do my ribbing on a US 7. And the ribbon is going to be a hot pink by the Wandering Flock, the neon pink.
Oh, yes. It's going to be amazing.
I think so. I can't wait to see yours. We're waiting on yarn. So
yes.
Once we get our yarn, we can fly through these, hopefully. Okay.
So since mine is in hibernation, and I needed something that wasn't those itty bitty socks on a road trip, I started a new project. This is a bag from Twisted, it's here. Twisted Yarn and Fiber. She's always at Yarn Centric, or not Yarn Centric,
no.
I'm sorry. Frederick Fiber Fest, which is coming up April 26th.
Yes.
It's a great time. I'm going to be there.
We are planning to be there. We're both planning to be there.
I didn't think Shayla would be there because she's going to be deep in bag making mode.
Listen, I am building it into my schedule.
Yes, which you're very good. You're good when you do that.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And she's always sitting there knitting a Stephen West shawl, a different one every time.
But the same
it's always
designer.
A Stephen West shawl. She's so cute. Anyway, so I started the Bygone Blouse by Lydia Morrow. And the yarn I'm using, Fingering Weight from Teal Torch Knits, in the colorway Dreamhouse Vibes.
Which is yummy.
Let's see. So I am making a size 7, which has an upper bust measurement of 47.5. And a finished bust measurement of 43.5. This is actually one size bigger than what was recommended for my size.
Yeah, because
I actually have a 44-inch upper bust, but Lydia likes a lot of negative ease, which looks great on some people. I just know for me, in the way I like to wear sweaters, I didn't want it quite that tight. She has bust shaping in all her patterns.
Yes,
so I'm doing the bust shaping for number 2. So basically what it's doing is it is adding 2.5 inches to the bust circumference. So if you have garments that sit higher in the front than they do in the back, even though they're not supposed to, it's because
they don't have bust shaping.
Because of the gaps.
Yes.
So, so you can see on this one, I don't know if you can see it that well, but it looks like I'm just going in the round, but see how I have, it's longer this side than this side? That's because I did all these short rows in here to add in the bust shaping. Mm-hmm. The gauge on this bad boy is 28 stitches per inch. I mistakenly thought it would be the exact same gauge as the Rumble Raglan and the Stumble Dress and the Tumble Tee. I was indeed wrong.
Yeah, it's a much tighter.
It's a much tighter gauge. So the rib, the almost 3 inches of rib was a size 1 needle.
It looks good. It looks amazing.
And the body is a size 2 needle. It's a lot, but I actually love this yarn.
So this is bottom up.
This is bottom up too. And just so you know, Lydia also makes her patterns very cropped.
Yes.
So I couldn't decide, like, should I do longer before the bust shaping? Should I not? I'm like, but how am I going to wear it? And I debated this forever. And you know what? I'm doing it exactly what the pattern says. Mm-hmm. Because
if it's too cropped, you just put it over a dress.
Which I'm probably just going to wear it over a dress anyway because of how tight it's going to be. I'm not going to be comfortable, like, with just, like, you know, my rolls. I need a little fabric under there to smooth out the rolls. So I'm doing exactly what she said. And I hope to have this done for Yarn Centric.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Because I do like to knit something for Yarn Centric. I don't usually knit something for Maryland Sheep and Wool because that weather, Yarn Centric is indoors.
Yeah.
Maryland Sheep and Wool is obviously outside, and it ranges from 85 degrees and crazy humid
to 50 degrees and pouring.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
That is gorgeous. That colorway is stunning.
I know how much you like it.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. So now we're going to go into life talk / stash positions because they're kind of intertwined this episode.
Yes.
Okay.
It's mostly about Nash
Yarn Fest.
Yarn Fest.
Yes. So, I was supposed to say this past weekend. That is not true. No. So Nash Yarn Festival was in Nashville, Tennessee. And it was March 15th and 16th or 14th and 15th. Okay. So, and I was a vendor. Black Pearl Magic vended, Heather was there and also a vendor capacity, but she was a booth babe.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, and
so you flew down.
I flew down. You drove.
You and Lamont.
Yes. Me and my husband flew.
And you stayed at a hotel.
Yeah, we stayed at the hotel, and I shipped product to Drew from Drew in Real Life. Hi, Drew. He is an absolute gem of a person, and just amazing, incredible. And yes, we flew down. You guys drove.
Shannon and I, you know Shannon from our other episode.
From Shannon's Fun Bags.
Hi, Shannon. She and I drove her car down. So from Frederick, Maryland to Nashville, it took us like 12 hours. And we also brought Shayla's shelves.
Yes, set up.
And then we stayed at an Airbnb in the WeHo area, which was right by the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
Yes. And we stayed with Shell from Sassafras Knits. And that's who I went to help Shell at her booth. We also stayed with Kat from Cesium Yarns.
And I came over to crash.
Yes. And Shannon stayed obviously with us from Shannon's Fun Bags.
Yes.
And Kelsey was somebody I hadn't met before. Got to stay with Kelsey from, she has a small business, Stash Bags.
Mm-hmm.
And funny thing, Kelsey's husband is a patent examiner in my same tech center. So
it's a small world.
It is a small world. So we talked a lot about that. And on our ride down, we stopped at Buc-ee's.
And they called me screaming about how incredible it was.
First of all, I just love a big gas station like Rofo, which is what we call Royal Farms. Wawa, Sheetz. I love like a travel plaza, if you will. Buc-ee's was the size of a grocery store. No, I bought my husband beef jerky. My one son wanted 2 cups.
You bought us fudge.
I got you guys fudge. I got some pralines, various things. I bought my one son and my other son this Buc-ee's cup
that I'm using.
You know, like he's not home today. It is made to look like a red Solo cup, and it even had a ping pong in it. Which I bought Adler one too, and I told him, I was like, oh, it even has a ping pong in it. And he's like, yeah, Mom, it's like a red Solo cup. They use that for beer pong. I'm like, you don't say. But on Friday, we got together, all of us and all the girls from my house, and
Thursday.
It was on Thursday,
yeah.
Yes. And which was setup day. But we thought we could, because there was all day Thursday to set up and then half of Friday to set up. And we're like, we don't need that much time.
Yeah.
So we got together on Thursday and went and did some fun things.
Did we?
We did. First,
oh my goodness.
most of us went to Stitcher's Garden.
Yes, we did.
Which is a fabric store in Brentwood.
Yes. It is incredible.
It was almost as big as a Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Yes. With walls, like around the entire store, there are walls around the perimeter, and they're called the color wall, and it's all $5 per yard. Quality cotton fabric. Like the quality and the price, I was just blown away. Yeah.
Should we show our fabrics now?
We should.
Like seriously though, if you are in the Nashville area and you sew,
it is worth a stop.
They have like every major designer of quilting. Every
big designer, small designers, collections from bigger designers that I never saw. Like, yes. And the women who run it that work there are so
they were
personable and sweet. Yes.
They even had this little area at the end that was scraps, and you could, I don't know where the scraps came from, if they came from in the store, other people brought them in, but then you could get a bag and you could fill it up with as many scraps, and when you fill it, it costs a certain amount.
Yes, like a flat price.
Yeah.
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 So for linings, I got this amazing, okay. It doesn't
Yeah,
like
it
the
changes
lighting.
the light, yeah.
So I got this one, and maybe I'll include some photos if it's not enough detail.
I probably need to move the lights different.
This is, okay.
Mm.
This is like one of my favorites.
Amazing.
I don't think the camera can pick up how bright this is.
No.
But OMG.
It kind of does, but
Yeah,
it is
it kind of does.
neon.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. I want to put it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like this is a Tula pink, a Tula pink print.
Is it Tula pink or is it?
It
oh
is.
yeah, it is Tula pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from, I forget what collection it's from. Let's see. Untamed, I believe. Anyway,
Yes.
it's called Check Please. I know that. So Check Please from Tula Pink. We also have this one. This is also a lining fabric. We have, and that's a Robert Kaufman. Okay. If I know the name of the designers, I'll tell you. I have this one, which I think is going to be an amazing, that helped a lot, an amazing lining fabric. This is one of my favorites, and I'm going to show you this.
See that other fabric I'm dyeing?
You guys, I have a favorite that Heather absolutely despises, and I cannot in good faith say that I didn't buy it because she hates it. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
Okay, so this is this is one of the lining fabrics that I got, and you probably can't see the tiny dots, but I got it to go along with this main fabric. Oh my god, I'm really obsessed with this one. I think this is my favorite one.
It is super cute.
Yeah,
That's your favorite one?
I think so. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I love them all.
Yeah, true.
Okay. This is Heather's favorite fabric that I purchased. And it is this nice 80s.
Wait, this fabric will show you the age difference between me and Shayla Shayla and I, because this fabric is the worst.
It's my vibe. Okay. Ta-da! We have this beautiful watercolor 80s Miami.
I told her it should
Golden Girls.
It should be chintz, and it should be throw pillows and custom-made draperies that are
Definitely.
so ornate in their pleated
and
structure.
heavy. And just, yeah.
You know what? That just
And
just
I'm gonna
looking
make,
at that, I could smell cigarette smoke.
yes. I'm going to make Heather a big old bag out of this.
So if you like it, you can
love it
contact
so
me and I will give you the bag. I'm not carrying it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm almost at the end. This is also another lining fabric that I picked up. And the rest of these are
See, I'm okay with that sort of 80s vibe.
Yes.
80s, 90s.
This is a different vibe.
Yeah.
This is more of like that
Saved by the Bell vibe.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes. For some reason this also gives me Saved by the Bell vibes.
Oh my, because it's so good.
It is so cute.
I think it's technically a wafer cone.
Yeah.
I call it a poor man's cone.
I call it the regular cone.
The regular.
This is the
poor
regular
man's
cone.
And so one year at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I went up and I asked for the poor man's cone, and they're like,
What?
"What?"
Very
Uh-oh.
offensive. Very offensive. Okay. We have,
I'm poor. I needed the poor man's cone.
Well,
Who am I offending?
apparently the ice cream truck came to my sister's house yesterday, and she had to pay $5 for a vanilla ice cream cone. Be so for real. This is my friendship bracelet
It is so cute.
fabric. It is really cute. The Swifties will probably love it. I am not a Swiftie, but I do love that.
Careful, you might lose some viewers there.
No, I don't dislike Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I like her. I'm just not a Swiftie. Listen, I don't want any smoke, okay? Guys, no smoke with the Swifties. And then this is probably one of my favorites. Okay, we found... Okay, I had put all this stuff in my cart, right? And
They're just...
this
and we were
also...
with Shannon, who's making bags, and Kelsey, who makes bags. The carts, there was just bolts.
And this was after I had this stack of fabric was after Heather and I had did a lot of paring down process of elimination.
Yes.
And then she informed me that there was indeed a Halloween aisle.
A whole aisle. Nothing but Halloween fabrics.
I regret to inform you that I went down that aisle and I wanted everything.
Everything.
But alas, I had already reached my limit, which I was very surprised by my total. So I probably could have got a little bit more, but you know what? It's okay. I got this really cute fabric from Dear Stella. Honestly, if I had started there before, I probably
one
would have
aisle.
done,
You go down that aisle. You go down the Ruby Star Society aisle, and then the Tula Pink aisle, and then you're done.
I would have never made it. So that's why I tried to be good, and I started at the $5 wall because
which we'll insert a picture of the $5 one of the $5 walls.
Yes, because it was the whole perimeter of the store. And I realized that I could go a little bit crazy, nutso.
Well, especially you were looking for supporting actors.
Yes. And
so that's where you start. You don't spend a lot of money on the supporting actors.
Yes. So all of the ones, most of the ones that are main character from this haul were all not on that wall. So like this one wasn't. So
that chintz thing was.
Oh, the bows were surprisingly. Of course, Tula Pink wasn't, but I think everything else was. So that is my fabric haul. I am so excited to cut into these and get some bags going because these are fabulous.
So I didn't buy too much. I had to rein it in because also like I had all the Joanne stuff I had bought.
And she also did a good job of telling us all of the things that she was finding so that we could lose our minds and she wouldn't be held accountable.
It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of unicorn stuff, and we put it back.
I put it back, yeah. Because if you could see the amount of unicorn fabric that I already have, it's quite out of hand.
So I first got a remnant that I found that's so cute of some Halloween fabric. I couldn't help it. I don't even know how much is in here.
Look at the kitty.
No clue. Yeah, the kitty.
I know.
And then I love a charm pack.
Chris.
So I got 2 charm packs of Bird is the Word from Ruby Star Society.
Look at these prints.
They're so good.
They're so
The pink are all the way in.
Oh my god.
One of the last pink ones is so good. I am such a sucker for anything Ruby Star Society.
Chris! Look at this.
Perfect.
This reminds me of the bag and the fabric that you used for the jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that weird sort of
florally,
but also has like a 70s vibe. Yes. You're enjoying the 80s vibe. I'm enjoying the 70s vibe.
Yes.
I got this probably to make a dress. This is a Ruby Star Society. It is a very bright green with all these candies on it.
It's so cute.
I love it.
This is definitely giving me a 70s vibe. I really regret that you came to tell me about this.
But I was really good. I only got one fabric.
I think we both did really well on
and this fabric is amazing. So I love like a calico print, which calico is usually like a tiny floral print.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this print. It is so good.
I love that so much. Okay, I had this in the cart and then I had to pull myself together. But now I'm looking at it.
They also sell online.
Yes, they ship.
Yeah, they ship. Mm-hmm. And their pricing is good. Usually this kind of stuff at a lot of places like $15 a yard. They were $12.99 a yard, which was good. So
it was so fun. Like, literally was probably one of the highlights of the trip for me.
That day was probably...
That day was amazing.
So many good things, because after we left Stitcher's Garden, Kat, in the comments to our podcast, Kat from Cesium kept saying, hey, we need to go to this restaurant. I didn't realize it was Kat. And I was like, I'll go to that restaurant with you, because it was one of those conveyor belt restaurants.
Conveyor belt.
But charcuterie. So it was over at the L&L Market, which is somewhere in Nashville. There were various like actual boutique stores. There was this donut shop called I Love Nashville. Took a picture because the neon sign was amazing. There was this flower shop where I got to meet Tomatoes, a dog.
Was so cute.
And Tomato and I rolled around in the floor for a while, and yeah. I also ventured into a popcorn shop called Marigold, which had flavored popcorns from floor to ceiling. Marigold? Like the flower?
Marigold.
Baltimore accent.
Marigold. And there was also a little boutique there, which I got a candle. The name is escaping me, but I'll put it on the screen. And yeah.
And then we went to this place opened, I think, at 3.
We were there waiting.
We were there at 2:45, standing by the little booth, the servers, whatever, booth, to get in. And so, like, the little cheese charcuteries and various stuff would come around the belt. You would take one. There was a menu that said what they had numbers on them that actually looked like stitch markers I have.
Yes.
And you'd look at the menu and it would tell you what was in it, and you could take it and you put it on your thing. And then we were at the bar part, so then people, the waiters, waitresses, the wait staff would come up behind us, take it, and they knew which number it was, so they'd write it down so that they knew how much to charge you in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was heaven.
It was so good. We had so much fun. Let me tell you guys, Kat and I don't know if you had this, had a grilled cheese shortbread cookie.
Oh yeah, I ate that. It was a grilled cheese shortbread. I just saw shortbread and started eating.
Well, we love shortbread. So, but it was so good. Oh my goodness, everything was so good.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And it was just such a fun experience to have with friends.
Yes.
It was a bucket.
They had a vegan cheese. They had some vegan meats.
Yes.
And if you're ever in Nashville, go to Stitcher's Garden and then go to Culture & Co.
Oh, I want to tell you that I also, at the recommendation of Shay from Knit and Crochet and Dana from Call Me DWJ, they in Bible Clubhouse, I forget her name, she has a YouTube channel, told me to go and get donuts from this bakery. So
I did not hear about this.
We got donuts. They were incredible. I think it was called Three Daughters Bakery. I think it was called Three Daughters Bakery. Don't hold me to that. I'll put it on the screen. But they were so good. They remind you kind of crumble cookie, which I'm not a fan of crumble cookie because it's a lot for me.
Well, they're okay, but yeah, you cut the cookie in quarters and you eat a little each day.
But it's a lot.
Although I love a big cookie, but you savor.
Yes, they had good apple fritters. So also that was a good one.
I'm hungry.
Yes.
So then we set up at Nash.
We went in.
A big parking lot. That part of it was covered. We set up, and then that was pretty much the rest of that day, right?
Yeah. We set up.
Tired.
Yeah, we had been out gallivanting.
Yes. And then
and it was warm. They didn't have the AC going, and it was warm in Nashville.
I forgot that.
So setting up was even more tiring. from us we were already tired, and then the heat and setting up tables.
The cheese.
And, yeah. We had a time. We also went to Kroger's.
Oh, yeah, we did. We went to the Kroger in Brentwood.
Yeah. I
bought Shell some aloe vera because she likes to drive with the windows down and burnt her entire arm.
Yes.
On the drive there. Oh, Shell.
So we had to give her sizzling arm. And then on Friday, we finished setup, and Friday night, they had an opening night pre-event, which was, I thought it was a small number of attendees, but apparently, I think it was more so like just an early shopping day. Like,
I thought it had limited attendance.
Same.
But it did not feel like limited attendance. No. It was like full on.
Yeah. It was like a full shopping experience, and people got drink tickets, and they had a bar, they had live music. It was fun. It was fun, but from a vendor perspective, it was very, I didn't expect it. So like, I thought that Friday was a more chill night.
I thought it was going to be too.
Yeah.
This was also my first time being a booth babe. So I have been to many yarn festivals, but I always as a shopper, as an attendee, not as a vendor.
Yeah.
So I got
behind the scenes.
And let me tell you, it's hard. Like, it's not like super hard, but it's very tiring.
It's exhausting.
So
it's a
like,
lot of back and forth. And
what vendors who do these multi-day events, it is very tiring. You're there, you're in the booth, you're talking to people, you're selling.
Your cheeks hurt from smiling.
Yeah.
You're taking pictures, you're trying to.
But you're also seeing other product, and you wanna go look at it, but you can't go look at it, and you gotta wait, and then
especially vendors who are by themselves. I've never done a show by myself. If you've seen me at a show, you know that my husband is usually with me.
Yeah.
So,
which I believe is why Shell had me and Kelsey in her booth. So, to have that extra.
Yeah. So you can go to the restroom or take a breather when you need to, and you have somebody to hold down the fort. And you're not like put up a gone fishing sign and just walk off.
But I'll just say, like, as an attendee, you don't see how much they go through. And seeing it from a vendor's perspective, where honestly, you don't really know what's going on. You don't know the schedule. You don't know when the fashion show is. Not that you can't find this information.
You're just not focused on it.
You're not focused on it. You're focused on setting up, talking to people, doing all that. So it was a whole different perspective. So be kind to your vendors is what I'm saying.
Please be kind to us. We, especially vendors that travel for shows, and it's a lot. Like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But as a vendor, I will say that it is very humbling, and is a bucket filler for me to be able to meet the people that allow me to live my dream every day.
Yes.
So be nice to us.
Yeah.
But also, thank you.
So the festival began. It was hosted by MDK, Modern Daily Knitting. It was well organized.
It was well organized. It was well run. I believe it was well attended.
I believe so.
There's a caveat, but I do believe that it was well attended. Live music. They had places to sit and fraternize. They had lots of food trucks. And I had empanadas.
With the pros, since it was my first time, in a vendor capacity, I got to meet more people than I normally would have, just walking around. There were a lot of viewers.
Hi, thank you for stopping and talking to us and taking pictures and giving us all the positive affirmations.
So we made a lot of new friends.
Yes.
Chris made stickers that Shayla and I handed out.
They were so cute.
We hope you got a sticker. I met other podcasters that I didn't know of. Just a lot of really friendly faces.
Yes.
And I loved it. I was also excited because of the location. One, my work wife, Megan, lives in Birmingham, Alabama, which is only like 2 to 3 hours away. So,
who I got to meet.
yes, Megan drove up and went to the Yarn Festival with her mother, Val, who I'm also friends with.
They are
So-
both very sweet.
I got to see them, and it was so nice. It made me so happy because I rarely get to see Megan. And then my friend Charlie lives in the Nashville area. But Charlie was there, and so we got to see Charlie. We got to hang out, and I never get to see her either. So that was amazing. Like, it was really nice to go to a yarn festival that isn't on the East Coast.
Yes. Mia from Knit and Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Mia
She
from
is
Knit and Grace.
Such a freaking sweetheart.
Becky from Hand Dyed Letter.
Yes.
Or Hand Knit Letter.
Hand Knit Letter, yes.
Ashley from Designed by So-and-so. Busy Peach.
Yes. Busy Peach. I got to meet Shani from Shani P's Corner, who,
Give your love to Paper Crane
Yes.
Yarns, because
while she was at Nash,
Saturday at Nash was like crazy storms, and there was a tornado watch there. But where she's at in Alabama, there was an actual tornado
it touched
that
down.
did hit and cause damage to her shop.
Yeah. Did have, so it wouldn't be a true review of an event if we didn't have cons. Because we have to give you the good and the bad. Okay. It's not necessarily bad. That's the thing. There's only really two things that I had to critique about the event. One was that we weren't aware that Friday would be such a full capacity event. We thought it was more limited. So I just wish we had known that, because as a vendor, you want to know, like, even if it's like when you have multi-day events, you want to know what the attendance looks like for each day, and it kind of gives you a way to pace yourself and pace your product, like what you're putting out and production and everything. So that was that. And the only other thing is that it was a little bit toasty, but that was of no fault of the organizers.
No.
It was just hot in Nashville, and I don't think we expected it to be that warm.
No.
And I'm a hot box.
Yeah.
I do feel like it wasn't quite my market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as many of the shoppers who were going to buy pink and neon.
Neons, yeah, glitter, and yeah. We had a lot of traffic. I gave out a lot of cards, but I just don't think that it was exactly my type of event. And it might just be that it wasn't as indie. Like, it wasn't as indie. And it happens. It's fine. But overall, I had a good time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And there were a lot of really good vendors.
Yeah, and you'll see in
you
a
will
little bit.
see.
Just how many good vendors there were.
Yes. So, if you're ready, we will show our Nash stash. Shannon from Shannon's Fun Bags. She made.
We'll put her logo here.
She made
by me.
Yes.
Okay.
She made bags for each person in our little household, or in our little Airbnb. She made me a bag. It's a drawstring bag. It's so cute. The fabric was actually a fabric I gave her. It was from a dish towel I bought at a Japanese store.
Yes, she told me that.
And I was like, Shannon, will you make a bag with it? So she made a really nice bag. And I cannot believe the quality of her bags after 2.5 months of sewing.
She is killing it. Okay?
She really is killing it, and we've talked her into opening a little Etsy shop.
Yes.
So Shannon's Fun Bags.
Yes, we'll put her logo up here. She is really blowing it out of the water, and I couldn't be more happy. I like to think that I'm a part of her origin story. So
you definitely are. And then she also made me one of her little basket bags.
Oh my god! I use mine every day.
This is I gave her sewing scraps because I always buy too much when I make garments. So I have this cat dress, and she made a bag, and the inside is the part of a quilt I made. That's the fabric.
It reminds me of notebook paper.
It is.
Oh, it is.
She was like 3 minutes late to the joke every time.
I'm the person you're like, oh, did you get it? Like,
but now I use it. I just leave it on my coffee table with like, okay, my knitting light. And no, could my husband buy me like a regular knitting light? He's like, no, I'm gonna go to Lowe's and get you the brightest thing on earth. It's fine. My needles, you know, my little notions, so that all sits on my coffee table now, so I always have it.
Also, how mine is. I also wanted to show a bag that she made me, that Shannon made me, and oh my god, look at this fabric. It is so good.
That is so good.
And the inside of it is so pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like neon flecks. I love this bag so much, so thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Okay.
Do you want to start with accessories, notions, knitting adjacent?
Okay. We can start with our tchotchkes. Okay, so let's start with what didn't come from Nash. These were at Nash, but I got them on Monday. Before I went to the airport, I stopped at House of Yarn in Nashville, and I got these 2 sets of needle stoppers, and one of them is for Heather.
Oh, I was just gonna say I want one.
So
those are so cute.
We got a cowboy boot and a cowboy hat.
Look what I'm gonna do.
I love them so much. They're so cute. Rudy.
Sorry for the little break. I brought Rudy down.
Hello, sweet girl.
She keeps barking.
Hello, sweet girl. She really is my friend. She loves me.
She just turned a year old while we were at Nash. And I got to have a little birthday party for her.
She's
I love you, Gertrude.
Cute.
All right, so be prepared for the clip-clop.
Her little paws.
Paws running back upstairs.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So much.
So this is, okay. So this is my mini minder from Lemonwood. And of course, I had to get like the most loud print that they had. And then this
check, please.
It had a brown handle that just would not do. So I had them to switch it out and give me an iridescent one because that was unacceptable. And so this is my mini minder, and basically I'm going to use this for when I'm walking around and knitting. And you put your yarn on there, and it holds it while you walk.
Yep.
It's so cute.
Spins nicely and everything.
Yes. So I got that from Lemonwood.
Okay. I got this from Up Studio Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay, I bought one of these for my friend a few years ago, and so I knew they were going to be there, and I needed to get one. It is... I dropped it. Never mind.
Like, what is it?
You got to squeeze. It holds the poop bags.
Love.
These are amazing. So it just has those little, like, bistable springs. So it has the little, you know, the carabiner to hook on, and it's so easy because you can just pull out your poop bag and tear. It holds it perfectly. Like, so I bought one for my neighbor, and she absolutely loves it. So this year I was like, well, now I actually walk my dog because Gertrude likes to so I got one for her little poop bags.
It's so cute.
They have so much cute stuff.
This is so cute. I don't think I went into their booth.
She was right next to Lily Loops.
Oh.
You saw so much pink yarn you couldn't.
Yeah.
I get it.
I
get it, hon. Okay. Now you.
All right, so across from me was Birdie Parker, and she had these little notion pouches, which are held closed with a snap, and it is a ruler and a needle gauge.
Oh, cute!
And then this is the leather pouch, and you can just put all your little tchotchkes in there, and I'm sorry, Heather is getting assaulted by a dog. Okay. And then, yeah. So, and I love that it's not sewn. So, like,
yeah,
it's just like pieced together. It's like magic.
It is. That is really cute.
And I got that from Birdie Parker.
I also got something from Birdie Parker
that I tried to get one day too, and it was sold out.
It was?
Yes.
Oh, yay. So I got this little necklace, and the little letters on it say knit. I hope that's going the right way for the video.
We'll put a picture in if you need
not,
to.
It's so cute. It was only like $60.
It is so cute.
Which I expected more. And then she also had it in different chain sizes. So I got the 16-inch. Shannon got a matching one, but hers says yarn.
Yarn, I was going to say.
Which is perfect for Shannon because she yarn.
Shannon is going to get her yarn.
Yes.
If nothing else.
Yes. So that may have been my favorite purchase. I have worn it every day since. So now I can put it back on because I took it off just for the video.
It's very cute. Like so when I went over and she said she was sold out, she was like, well, just message me and we'll get an order together for you. So Christy, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you.
Birdie Parker is, her stuff is so good.
Yeah, and she's just a really great human. Like,
and she had her sister with her,
yes.
right? And they were so
are
fun.
a riot. Oh, it's the little Gertrude. Hi, Rudy. Hi, Rudy.
Look at this dog. She's
so
insane.
She is so hyper.
She does often just sleep on me, and she's very snuggly at night and stuff, but during the day...
She's been very Velcro to me since I got here. She's been licking my toes. I'm not sure if she's okay.
Like during the day when I try to work, she comes over and she always bites the cuff of my whatever I'm wearing. She pulls on the cuff, and I'm usually wearing a hand knit, and I'm very mad. Like, stop.
She's like, I need attention.
Needs attention.
Hi, Rudy. Hi, Rudy. She's such a sweet girl. And I had my eye on this enamel pen that she had teased for the event. And why would I just get one enamel pen when I can get 4? Okay. So I also got this one that says Crafting Through Life.
No.
I got this one with a rainbow that says Make Something. And then this is what I really went over there for.
That was amazing.
I previously purchased this and opened it and never saw it again. Nobody in my house knows what happened to it.
Uh-huh.
Nobody knows. So I went...
It ever come out of a cat?
I went and repurchased this. It says Yarn Party in the foil balloon.
Like Mylar?
Yes. It's
that is
so
cute. That is cute. That one?
Okay, this one was gifted to me from Whimsy Stitches.
I did get 2 enamel pins. I think they were from the Sexy Knitter. This one, it's a little Darth Vader kitty cat with a yarn ball. And the other one,
I want this.
I don't know why, I just liked it. It says, blow me. I needed that one, but I also bought stitch markers from the Sexy Knitter. Well,
which I love.
This one, it's actually a bracelet, but stitch markers on a bracelet. They are all Barbie stitch markers.
I'm so mad I didn't see these guys.
I didn't. They're so cute. Look at that.
I'm so mad. I'm so
Look, it even has Ken doing the heart. See Ken. These stitch markers from her.
They are really cute.
Also Barbie. They're
Obsessed with
all
those.
little high heels. They are so cute. These are really
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Aren't those amazing?
Yes, they are. Thank you.
Well, do you want to share them with me? I do not need that many.
I should probably go
Do
and
you want
buy this
one
bracelet.
of each color of shoe?
Sure.
Trade. I love it. We
Oh
trade stitch
my
markers
God.
like we used to trade beads at
Yes.
school. And then she had like this little you gumball machine, and then you could get a prize. And what it told me was the prize I get is I got another really cute ruler, retractable ruler. It is with her logo on it. It is so
It's
cute.
an appetizer for Rudy.
Yeah, it's a Rudy appetizer, so I'm gonna hide it. Because also Birdie Parker had a pink glitter
glittery
one that I'm
ones.
pretty sure was the same as my Remarkable case.
It was so cute.
And I asked Shayla if I could. I asked Shayla and Shannon, can I buy it? And they said no.
No.
Because Rudy will just eat it.
It's just a meal for Rudy.
But instead, I won one.
So you got one anyway.
Yes, I got one anyway.
Yeah.
Must also have been from the Sexy Knitter. Some Kermit stitch stoppers because
They are incredible.
I am a huge Muppets fan.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Kermit is my favorite.
I actually was planning a collection. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh, because a few years ago, Boss Kitty did a Muppets collection, but you had to buy the whole collection full skeins, and
Oh, it was a lot.
I
yeah.
really wanted the best color. I think it was called Electric Mayhem,
Oh, yes.
because my husband's also a huge Muppets fan.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh man, my sister and I used to watch the Muppets
I
on
love
like
the Muppets.
early 80s, whatever night it was on. We had this giant red velvet pillow for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason that we would lay on and watch the Muppets
And
until
just tune in.
I think I got sick and threw up on the red velvet pillow and we had to throw it away.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that happened.
This is from Sassafras Knits, our friend Shell, and you have to get into this sticker. I bought this sticker, but I'm obsessed. Okay, wait. Do you see that it says it's a vulva?
It's a vulva.
But it's really it's a really pretty vulva. So that's
Well, aren't they all?
I mean, yeah, they are. But this little tin is like a holder for stitch markers. I'm obsessed with it.
Yes.
And
She
I'm gonna put
had them in 3 different colors.
Yes.
The till drawers. They were 3D printed.
yes, and they fit perfectly in here, like nice and snug. 10 out of 10. And she gifted me this little pink heart as well. So that was really cute. I also got a lot of her stitch markers, but they are at home.
If you don't know Sassafras Knits, if you take me and Shayla and you take the antithesis of what Shayla and I are,
Oh my goodness.
is Shell's booth. It is beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. Her stitch markers and stuff are like works of art.
Yeah, they are. It's
Yeah.
like a sophisticated stitch marker.
Yeah. Her stuff is very sophisticated.
Yeah.
And I got some stitch markers from her as well. I got also a little heart, same as Shayla's.
And if you watched our previous episode and you saw on the Dr. Jake sweater, the little strawberry, that's also
Yes.
from Sassafras.
My
Knits.
favorite from her is a little ghosty.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see these. These are just have little, one has a little star, one has a little heart. And she makes all these herself. She's very particular about her findings. And then she puts them all together herself. This one, I can't really tell. It's a little croissant.
and then she has, it's like, they're very delicate.
I took the very last one of her succulents.
That made me angry, guys.
This little succulent and the little beads are so good. And then some of those she gifted me for helping her. But I also bought, well, this is the little ghost that I got. I think I got to turn him around maybe. Come on, Mr. Ghost. He's a little ghost that I got from her or previous year. but I bought from her one of her stitch marker necklaces.
It's really pretty.
So this necklace, it has like a lobster clasp.
It's like a star, right?
Yeah, it's like a star. And with a lobster clasp, it'll hold all your stitch markers. It is solid sterling silver. She also has gold plated ones, I think. Comes on a box chain, and it's adjustable. Like, it has this little thing so you can slide and make the necklace longer or shorter.
It's so pretty.
She sells them pre-order only on her website.
Okay.
So she doesn't have them at shows, but I love this thing.
Yeah, it's I
so
love
cute.
that huge lobster clasp.
Yes.
That holds all the veins.
And she sells them, like, you can buy it with a set of stitch markers on it, or you can just buy it
and build your own.
It's
very pretty.
I had wanted one of these really bad. And so this was the one I wore during the show so I could, show other people. And then at the end I was like, can I buy it?
Can I have it, please?
Because I love it.
I also got stitch markers from Lemonwood.
They're good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a Nashville set.
So Dye Mad, who's in Columbus, Ohio. So of course I love them. These gals are crazy. They gave me a bag that they're moving, or they moved to a new location. They used to be at the corner. They used to be in the Short North at the corner of Gay Street and High Street. So they said that they were gay and high.
I love it.
But they moved
I want one.
to just south of downtown, still on High Street. And then I bought from them.
These are incredible.
So their mascot is Gladys. Gladys is a porch goose, which, if you don't remember the porch goose craze of the early 90s, generally they're these concrete geese.
Hard, like
full concrete.
Yes.
You can also find plastic ones. I had a plastic one.
That are a little bit lighter.
that would light up. My dad found them in a dumpster for me. Oh my God. And I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, and then you would buy clothes.
Dress them up.
And dress your goose for the various holidays, seasons, what have you. Generally, at least back then, you would buy the clothes at in Amish country. They were everywhere in Amish country. So that's Gladys, the porch goose, is their mascot, and they have lots of funny things. So I bought this sticker that says "Lay flat to dry." I love this sticker. I can't even. And then they had earrings made by Not Picasso, which is a brand of earrings you can find online.
Cute.
With Gladys, the porch goose. I am so excited to wear these earrings. They are so good.
They are very cute. Okay, so funny story. I was in my booth. I was trying to be good. I look up and I see Jess, from the owner of La Mercerie in Carolina. They are the organizers of Flock Fiber Festival.
Oh.
And also Jess is the owner of La Mercerie on Bainbridge Island. So I looked up and saw them, had no idea that they were coming. So excited because I love them. Their energy is incredible. Like, I really adore them. But then we hugged and we laughed. And then as they were leaving, I was like, oh, well, what did you guys buy so far? And Jess wanted to inform me that she had purchased 16 finger puppets for her daughter, 16, from Harvest Hill Acres. Okay. Then she began to take them out of the bag. And really, I just wish that she hadn't taken them out the bag, because immediately, and she was like, oh, they're going fast. People are like digging through the bin. And then so that like put the fire under me, and I'm like, I have to go get some finger puppets because my niece, Winter, needs finger puppets, of course. Like, why would she not? So I ran down there, dug through the bin, and found finger puppets. My plan was to get like 4. Unfortunately, that did not happen.
Well, one has 10 fingers, right?
So
Most of us.
I thought that I should buy 10 finger puppets. Okay, you're gonna put some on too. Everybody's putting on finger puppets.
Well, you have 2 of this one.
Oh, the one I bought. I
It's for
bought
Shannon.
one for Shannon to gift to her. I have to get it to her. Okay, so these are the finger puppets. Can you guys even? I'm gonna insert a picture of Adler with the finger puppets. So we have a deer, a black sheep, a tiger, Bunny, who was extra because she's an Easter
Oh,
character.
fancy.
And of course, this was my niece's favorite when I showed it to her because she has on a dress and she's really cute. We got
A donkey.
a donkey and an alpaca, and you have
I have an elephant, a giraffe, and my finger doesn't work like the others. A bumblebee.
And my niece could not believe it. Like, and then she put them on her fingers and she made my husband Lamont make the noises of all the animals, which he does.
But they reside at your house.
They
They're
reside at my
smart.
house.
I bought one bag. So across from us, from the Sassafras booth, was a little yarn booth called Hobbiton.
Okay, editing Shayla here. This booth was actually not called Hobbiton. It was actually refracted light fiber art.
Anyway, he dyes all the yarn. His father helps him out.
For you.
I called his father the director of transportation. And his mother makes bags. And it's 3 baggy peas. So there's the label. So you know this is not a traditional Heather looking bag, but it was so beautiful, and I sat across
very
from
well
it
made.
all day and just kept looking at this bag. It was so good. It has a denim handle, a denim bottom. It was beautiful. So if you love that type of yarn, check out
Refracted light fiber art.
So the next portion of the haul
the
is
Nash stash.
the Nash
stash.
stash.
Say that fast.
No.
Nash stash.
Nash stash. Is probably the part that you guys have really been waiting for. The yarns.
Yarn.
Okay, so I think we're about.
You go first. You
I
have
think
more.
we're about even.
Yeah. I only have like 3 to show that they go together. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, this isn't from Nash.
Still, it was in Nashville, was it not?
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. So you
These
go.
were not from Nash. Though.
Why are we arguing about it?
Okay.
One of us go.
Somebody go. Okay, so my first.
What'd you forget?
I'm missing a yarn.
What are you missing?
Cesium, the fundraiser.
Oh, where is your cesium
It's
fundraiser?
at the house. I forgot a yarn. I'm going to insert a picture. But, okay, I'll talk about that one first because I don't have it here, but I'll insert a picture. So, insert picture. Okay. Okay, so my first yarn purchase was the fundraiser color from Cesium Yarns called Visions of Love. And it is a part of the proceeds go to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Association. And it was her and other dyers. They dyed a color for
Frogget and
at Haynes House.
Haynes House.
And I believe that's it. And it's called Visions of Love. I got 6 skeins of the DK weight, and it is yummy. So insert picture. Editing Sheila.
Which on that note with cesium, Kat is interested in doing a countdown calendar
With the unicorns.
with the unicorns. Perhaps a pink to white fade, something like that, with maybe some speckles in there.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, she would need to make sure, you know, there were enough orders to do this. So if that's something you would buy,
yeah,
a Charm City Unicorns inspired countdown calendar by Cesium Yarns, let us know. Do you have some Cesium yarn that you bought?
I do have some Cesium that I brought. Actually, this was a trade. So I traded her.
That is really good. Why didn't I see that?
I love it so much. So this is in the merino sock base, and it is called Roller Skate Disco. And
it is so good.
It is a 75-25, 463 yards.
I love Cesium's yarns because she runs the gamut.
Yeah,
she does like some really beautiful browns, neutrals, and teals, and neutrals.
Yeah,
and then she will like knock it out of the park with like the brights and the neons.
Like what?
And she has a yarn truck.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, so that was my Cesium. I am planning to make a tea with that. Not 100% sure yet, but because it's so busy, it has to be something not busy. So
yeah.
If you have any suggestions,
which is the problem we're running into with all our knits these days.
Yes. So if you have any suggestions for a cute tea, I prefer negative ease, but it doesn't matter. Let me know.
Not to be confused with Cesium. Seismic Yarn. She is a yarn dyer from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, not Chesapeake Bay Area. I got some very exciting black, but the reason I got the very exciting, which I do love black, but who likes to knit with black yarn?
I mean, the payoff is good.
This set of minis. So, there's yellow, green, blue,
so
purple, pink, and orange. And they had a sample hanging up with a top made where you use this and then you would you alternate skeins with the mini set.
Because that's mostly black. So
so maybe it would be like 2 rows of this and a row of this or something. I gotta look it up exactly what she did. She has it online. I'm sure on Ravelry or something. But I really love a reverse speckle situation.
That is so pretty. Okay, so in the booth with Seismic was Teal Torch Knits. Weren't they in the booth together?
Yes. They shared a booth.
Yes. And if you recall, Heather is knitting her Bygone by Lydia Morrow in Dreamhouse Vibes. And ever since she showed me that color and did her swatch, I've been gunning for this color. So she was like, oh, I bet she'll have it at Nash. And I was like, no, she won't. Well, she indeed did. And I picked up 3 skeins of it in fingering weight. And I'm so excited. It's so excited.
Good.
It has like these like gold, like mustard yellow and gold pops. It's so good.
So are you saying you need another top?
For fingering weight, yeah.
Fingering weight.
Yep.
Not too busy.
Well, this one could be more busy.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
This, I could do a little bit of texture.
You know what might be cute? A spring sorrel.
You know, I love that pattern.
You know I'm going to make one now because of how good it looks on you.
Oh my God. It fits like a dream, okay? You know, I need more than this to make that. I might make it with the Cesium.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the fun eraser color.
That would be nice. Yes.
So this is my Teal Torch Knits, Dreamhouse Vibes. Maybe I should make a Bygone tee out of it so I can twin.
Yes.
With my counterpart. Just saying. Okay.
My next, and I've always wanted to buy yarn from her.
Her booth. Oh my goodness.
Is
she's so sweet. She's
a viewer of the podcast.
Is she?
She is. She comments all the time.
Oh my God.
This is from Lily Loops. And everybody thinks it's Lily Loops, but it's actually Lily Loops because her grandmother used to call her Lily.
Guys.
She is from, I think, New York City area. I think maybe Queens or something in that area. To me, this yarn, it's all kind of like a
unicorn.
It makes me think of a unicorn.
And cotton candy.
And it has a sparkle in it.
Oh my god.
And then this is the matching mohair. I think I'm gonna make the Cantabile sweater.
Oh, is that the one with the ruffle?
Yes.
Yes.
Which calls it, the pattern has you hold two.
Yeah, it's really weird, right?
Two lace together for the top part, 2 skeins of lace weight, and then for the bottom you then add in a third lace weight in a mohair. And it's done with La Bien Aimée yarns. I could never just find a color I liked, and I couldn't decide. And it's like 20 stitches per inch, which per 4 inches. Somebody told me that's the same gauge as the Elton. And I'm like, oh, that's not too big of a open gauge. So I'm going to do it with this.
It's going to be stunning.
I am so excited. I mean, this, you can't tell here, but it has a very subtle sparkle. It is beautiful. Her
Selena
booth was amazing because she has hot pink, like fixtures. That's what I mean.
She is not.
Just skeins of beautiful
and then
yarn.
we came home and found said fixtures.
Right.
Because I'm under the impression that I now need all of those pink fixtures.
Oh, you do. And I don't think us spray painting fixtures is going to work. You're going to need the real deal.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
Okay. I'm not.
That's something I would do and then regret and spend more time and money and just should have bought them.
Because you know how when people get their cars painted and it's like that and that? That's what my
right?
My fixtures
but with drips
like,
and orange peel. If you've ever painted a car or know anything about painting cars, orange peel is a problem.
Yeah, mine would look awful.
And then she has like these, she's like one of the only dyers I ever see with a true boucle.
Yes.
Like a boucle in that the yarn has made loops.
Yes.
Or the fibers have made loops. So if you're a fan of our aesthetic, check out Lily Loops.
You'll love it.
You will not be upset. It's amazing. Okay, what's your next one? Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Look at this mess down here.
I know, I've been trying to throw mine in the... Okay, so my last yarn purchase from Nash Yarn Fest was not, in fact, not a purchase. It was gifted to me from Adela at Lola Bean Yarn Co. And she gifted me,
which, by the way,
amazing
Lola is turning into a very beautiful young woman. Like her eyes.
She is so funny. She hung out in my booth because she loves my aesthetic and pink and all the girly things. So she hung out in my booth and we talked, and she caught me up on the 3rd grade drama. It was just a good time. And somebody was like, are you Lola of Lola Bean? And she was like, the Lola, all capital. And I was like, oh. But Adela gifted me these beautiful skeins. Oh my God. I just can't even.
She said that's her newest color.
Yes. And this is her, can you see them? Okay. And this is her 3-bean salad base, which is 75% superwash merino, 15% cashmere, and 10% nylon. I have never seen that composition. It's usually 80-10-10. When you see cashmere, nylon.
Oh yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so she said that this has been specially milled, like it's a specially milled base for her. So
wow.
I got 4 skeins of Punky.
Punky.
Oh my gosh.
It is so cute.
It is so pretty. It's like purple, pink, blue. It's all the things.
Okay, that could be a spring sorrel.
This could definitely be a spring sorrel. The spring sorrel is, there's a couple of sorrels. I have to look at the weights of them to see if there's a lighter one. Because the spring sorrel, there is a summer sorrel.
Oh, maybe it's a summer
and the
sorrel.
spring, I think that might be fingering.
Is there a fall sorrel? Autumn sorrel? Is there a
winter sorrel?
Is there a second winter sorrel?
And what was the regular sorrel?
I don't know. I think that was the winter one. I don't.
Anyway, it's an incredible pattern. It fits me incredibly. And so this would make an incredible sorrel. Like, I'm not going to be able to unsee that now. So thank you for that.
Well,
so nice.
So Shayla showed me this yarn, and I was like, I've seen Lola Bean yarn in person, like at CC's Wool at Rhinebeck, and then and at Magpie. I've seen it a few times, but I never really get to see a lot of it.
Yeah,
and it's usually sold out.
Well, she doesn't do shows.
Yes,
usually.
which I don't blame her.
Yeah,
but she did this show, so she had the full. So I was like, "Ooh, that's so pretty! I gotta run over."
And it was so aesthetically pleasing, like how neat and tidy, and
it was.
It's very aesthetically.
Yeah.
Yes, my brain was like, yes.
So I went over there, and I'm always on the hunt for the perfect baby pink,
like
or what I think is a baby pink.
Oh my god!
And I found this.
Look at the purple specks.
And I got 5 skeins. I looked at it and looked at it and touched it and felt it and etc. It's called Pink Slime. Oh, it's a DK weight.
Look at the purple specks in it.
100% superwash merino. And I kept looking at it and I couldn't decide. And then Jimmy started talking to me.
About this? I hope not.
Just in general. And then we were just chatting and I said, you know, it's been a time, and you know, I said, you know, I work for the federal government, and he hugged me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just scooped up the yarn and took it to the register. Like, I almost cried. He was so sweet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've never really spoken. I've never spoken to him before. Mm-hmm. I've like met Adela in passing, but and I you know, see them online, right? But I've never gotten to speak in person, and
it's always different when you get to like hold a conversation with somebody and actually get a feel for them. Like, we see people online, but you don't get people's authentic self online all the time. So when you meet people in person and you feel the authenticity,
you can feel the vibes. The vibes. You gotta check the vibes.
You know that I operate on vibes. So, the vibes are off.
Vibe check. But this yarn is going to be something beautiful. I should know. I don't know yet, but...
It's gorgeous.
It is like the perfect... It'll probably be some sort of cardigan because
This could be a spring sorrel.
It could be. I might have too many skeins. But this is DK.
No, well, I know.
Is spring DK?
But, you know, for my size, I bought the 4. Because... But then I had to find another one. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And it's a very crop. It's also one of those that the yardage it's very cropped. So you need more yardage because I have to add.
I'm short up here.
Yeah, well.
I'm long in the tummy and short in the... Short to the waist and then longer. I don't have.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones that you definitely want to hit you at your like going, like it's very flattering that way. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't usually buy yarn without a plan, but
Shayla got to you.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Thanks, Shayla.
Okay, so I have 2 more yarns. One is from Nashville. It's from House of Yarn. I already currently in my stash have 3 skeins of the Loopy Mango Mohair So Soft and white, and it's called Version. Their colorway is called Version. And it is I want to take this off. I believe it's a bulky weight mohair. It's a mohair, and if you know Loopy Mango, they have really bulky. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I got 2 skeins of Legally Pink for a shawl by Loopy Mango that I saw in their booth at Rhinebeck, and I can't unsee it. So I needed they tell you what you need for like a 1 color version, 2 color version, 3 color version. I'm doing a 2 color version, and it's like a lace, but then it has like a tie right here. It's very like Little Red Riding Hood. It's very cute. So it's going to be, the top half will be Legally Pink. The bottom half will be Version. So I got that from House of Yarn. Okay, so my last yarn purchase was a mistake, guys. I did not mean to purchase this, but unfortunately, the deals were dealing, okay? Selena from Through the Wardrobe posted in her story, somebody go buy this yarn so that I don't have to, because it's a U.S. dyer and she is not in the U.S. And so she was like, I can't justify the shipping costs. But don't fret, Selena, because I was able to assist her, okay, in purchasing the yarn. It also helps that this shop is running a sale. And so these skeins were $19 a piece, which, if you know, buying hand-dyed yarn at $19 a skein is a steal, okay? So I got these are wound like the botanical yarns.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're like,
they're tight ones.
yeah. So I got this from The Little Foxes. This is a new to me dyer, which also I was excited about, because sometimes it's hard to get out of the cycle with the dyers that you're familiar with and that you. So I was happy to get something from a new to me dyer. So this is The Little Foxes, and on Instagram they're The Little Foxes Knit. This is the Red Fox sock, and it's a 75-25 4-ply, 463 yards, and it is stunning.
She has an Etsy shop?
Yes, she has an Etsy shop. The link to it is in her Instagram bio, but if you go on Etsy, just type in The Little Foxes, with no spaces, and she should come up. And she's still running a sale, so there's a lot of yarn on there for $19 a skein. That's like D-Stash prices. Like, you gotta get you some. So I went and picked these up. Do I have a plan for them? I do not. But they're very pretty. And pink.
Pretty
and
pink.
Delicately speckled.
Yeah,
for
those
some
are...
reason, I really will fall for a delicate speckle.
Oh, right.
Like,
me too.
Just like this is delicately speckled.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the end of my yarn.
This is like the La Croix of speckles.
Yes.
And I love it.
It's like very delicate, hot pink. And I think this is from when the dye breaks and you get like unexpected color pops. Yes, please.
Beautiful.
No, I don't dye yarn. I just
admire it.
Sound like I know what I'm talking about. And that's the end. So, our next segment, what we're listening to.
What are you knitting to?
What we're knitting to, what we're making to, because we're not just knitting. So, I've been reading and watching YouTube. That's all I do. So, I listen to audiobooks and I watch YouTube. So, the audiobook I'm currently listening to is Hip Hop is History by Questlove.
The Roots.
Yes. What's
They're from Philly?
Yes, from Philly.
You're welcome.
And I am not obsessed, but I really enjoy traveling through the birth of hip hop and how things came about and how the culture evolved. And so this is his second book, and I'm having the time of my life. But I also finished Junie by Erin Crosby Eckstein, which is a historical fiction about a slave, and she's friends with her master's daughter. They're really close, like sisters. The author, that's how the author frames it. And it just explores their relationship and what she goes through, and how their relationship falls apart.
And that was called Junie?
Yeah, it's called Junie. So, yeah, I don't know if I liked it. I don't know. It kind of was romanticizing slavery, and I don't like that. So, but I don't think that's what the author was trying to do. I think she was trying to more so explore the sisterhood. I think that's what she was trying to explore. but it kind of was like, oh, me and my master's daughter's chummy, and yeah, I got through it though. I did not DNF it, so that was good. I also read Deep End.
Oh, it's on my list.
By Allie Hazelwood.
I'm running out of Allie Hazelwood books.
I know. I'm trying to space them out now so that I'm getting to the end of the rope. Well, here's another steamy smut read. The best hex ever.
Oh, let me write that down because I'm gonna need a new one soon.
So yeah, I read The Best Hex Ever by Nadia Al-Fassi, and
really,
it was steamy. And also I've read recently The 3 Lives of Kate K by Kate Fagan, which I think I talked about.
Oh, you finished that one?
Yeah,
okay.
I finished it, and it was really good. Have you been reading anything?
Well, with my multiple road trips, I have done a lot of audiobooks. I think last time we filmed, I was in the middle of Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood.
We are Allie Hazelwood stands,
yes.
if you haven't worked that out.
It was good.
It wasn't my favorite from her.
It wasn't as good as Love Hypothesis.
No.
And then I listened to Under One Roof.
Okay.
Which is a short one. It's only a 3 or 4 hour one.
Who is that by?
Allie Hazelwood.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, probably because it's short. It's why I skipped it. Because I want to be like engrossed in like a...
Yeah, well, I thought that, and then I started running out of Allie Hazelwood books.
So you had to take what you
I will take
get.
the 3 hour ones because that one's good. Because there was another one about to play that game or something about like gaming. That one was really good.
Yes.
And I also listened to Love on the Brain, which is another Allie Hazelwood.
Not super recently, but I did.
I really liked that one.
I did too.
That one.
Yeah.
I mean, anything about a girl with dyed pink and purple hair, I'm cool with. But I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
They like worked for NASA, and it was really cute.
Yeah, it was a cute. Yes. It came together really cute.
I also just finished Quicksilver.
Okay.
By Callie Hart. It's a
Can I read that?
It's a romantasy. It's she's like a human, and then somehow she gets sort of sucked to this other realm that are fae. And then they're battling vampires. And the MMC, his name is Kingfisher. He's hot.
I mean, Kingfisher.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that one was pretty good.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. It was the first in a series that there's no other books yet. So now I gotta wait. I think the next one comes out in May though. So.
Okay, so you don't have to wait long.
Yeah, I don't have to wait long. I don't have to wait I'm still waiting for ACOTAR 6 or whatever. And right now I am halfway through The Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Oh, I have that at my TBR.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Well, okay, I really don't like the voice actress. It's about vampires. I'll let you know. It's not my favorite. It's a series. I don't know if I'm gonna complete that series. Okay. We'll see. We'll see how the ending is, and then we'll see who's the voice actress on the next one.
To be determined.
Yeah. And then podcasts. My usual. But I also started watching A Hand Knit Letter. Okay. She did a really good Nash recap. Yes. She did really good. And then designed by so and so, who is actually a friend of Hand Knit Letter. She is Canadian, and she also did a Nash recap, which I thought was pretty good too.
Okay. So I have quite a few that I've been watching. I have been watching the Pineapple Yarns podcast, which, side note, Pineapple Yarns, their yarn is insane. Okay, insane. Just check it out. By a Thread Knits. She is hilarious. She also is young, so she brings a young, fresh perspective. But she's mostly really funny to me, like hilarious. Smash Knits and I really like her because she likes color. So, and she's really real, like you can relate to her. Stitches in Starlight, which is a BIPOC podcast about knitting, and she does a lot of spinning. And then Happy Little Yarn podcast.
Oh, that sounds really cute.
Yeah.
I have actually watched some TV.
You watch TV?
Not often. Oh, there was another podcast in there. I have been watching the How We Made Your Mother podcast. They're basically rewatching the series.
And doing commentary?
And talking about how things got made and what it meant and blah, blah, blah. And also Josh Radnor's wife, who I think is a clinical psychologist.
Wow.
Is also, you know, in some of them and like talking about it from a psychological perspective, which I think is
refreshing.
Yes.
And hilarious.
And she's never seen it.
Oh, yes.
But I have been watching, my husband has me watching Frieren, which is an anime that is on Netflix.
Okay. Lamont, my husband probably watches it.
Okay.
Because he loves anime.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
I'll talk with Lamont about it. It's interesting. It's about an elf woman. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's right up his alley.
And then this morning, I turned on Hulu because I was going to watch some more How I Met Your Mother again. And this show popped up that I had no idea existed.
What was it?
It is made for me. It is called Mid-Century Modern. It is a sitcom.
Okay. I got to write that down, too.
And it is essentially a gay male version of the Golden Girls.
Oh, so
the number one reason is Matt Bomer is in it.
Okay. Put a star. I just put a star.
And his character is kind of the Rose Nyland. Like a little dumb.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Like a little, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched 2 episodes so far, so I implore all of you to watch it because it cannot be canceled.
I've been watching a little bit of TV. I've been watching Yellow Jackets on Paramount Plus, which is about a softball team who crashed. They like go to nationals and they on the way they crash and like they're surviving out in the woods and they've done some crazy shit. Like eating each other.
No,
like, it's just
I'm out.
It's a lot.
No.
But it jumps back and forth because in present day, they are like adults and unhinged. Some of them.
Can't imagine why.
And you know who's in it? What's her name?
Christina Ricci.
Yes. What a character. A real character. She is a real character.
I bet. She always plays a real unhinged sort
yes, she's very unhinged. Last
sort
on
of
the
last.
menu,
Yes.
We have a product review.
A product review.
And giveaway.
A giveaway. So we were contacted after episode 1 by Skacel, who is the North American distributor of Addi needles and hooks. And they asked if they sent us some product, if we would review that. So we will say that we were given product that we didn't pay for.
We were gifted, yes.
We were gifted product, and we said we would only do it. We would only do a review if it was going to be a good review.
Yeah.
Nobody's business needs to suffer because of my
personal experience.
Yeah, my opinion. But so we
really,
got. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Really, needle choices are very personal.
They
to
are.
Each of us. We all have preferences.
So we've had these for
a while,
maybe a month and a half, and I tried, Shayla tried, so we're ready to do a review. They sent us 3 different products, one being the Addi Turbo Unicorn needles. So these needles, as you can see, so they're the unicorn in that they have the spiral tips,
That reminds you of a unicorn horn.
And beautiful spiral tips. And a pink, which you can't even see on us. Try to hold it in front of the white. A pink cable. So these ones are fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Fixed needles. They sent us a few sizes of those. They also sent us the Addi Unicorn Rocket.
That case.
So these ones, the fixed ones are the turbo. The tip isn't super sharp.
Yeah.
It's not the lace tip. These ones that are the unicorn rockets will click because they're interchangeable. Unicorn rocket, well, unicorn because they're unicorn horns and pink, and then rocket, I believe, signifies that it is a finer tip, so more for lace. They sent us that, and then this is sad because
this is my fault.
somebody forgot it at home. It's okay. This
Sorry.
is the unicorn crochet hook.
Yes.
And they sent us the size E, which is a 3.
I'll try to insert a picture so you can see what it looks like.
Yes. 3.5 millimeter, which is what we are both using on our Granny Stripes blanket.
Yes.
So, which I can kind of show how these, how the clicks work.
Yes. And that's actually one of the pros for me.
Yes. Yes.
Love. I know when we were talking to the representative, she was like, some people get frustrated because they don't like understand how they click in place. And I was like, this is so amazing. I don't have to put that little key in and turn it. And yeah.
So first, this is the case.
Look at the unicorn.
Oh my God. Look at the inside of this case. Lift the little... Look
So
at
good.
those needles, and they stay in place nicely, and then you bust out, you know, one of your, and oh my God, we have to show you this. Okay, you put it on, you push, twist, and pull.
And it's in.
That's it.
That's it.
And
you'll feel and hear a little click.
So if you love interchangeables, which I am pro interchangeable, I'm a Chowgu 5-inch interchangeables. I have the full set, and then I fill in with the 4-inch when I need them. Freaking love Chowgu.
Oh my goodness.
Never thought,
I
thought you could pry them out of my cold dead hands. You know how you're knitting and you're like, oh, I need to change the needle. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I gotta find the T-pin, and I gotta twist and untwist. This, you simply
eliminates that.
Take it off, you know, push, turn, pull. And that's it. That's it. Needles are done. They're secure.
They're very secure. I use them on most of the body of my champagne cardigan, and they never once came loose. Nothing got snagged. They never, I never lost stitches. So, yeah.
So we would say that is the first pro, right?
Yes. That is definitely a pro.
Is the ease of changing the clicks, like off and on. That's it.
Yep.
Done.
So the second pro for me is the weight of them.
Right?
They are
I didn't even think of that until you
lightweight.
said something to me.
But they are so airy, and they just don't seem cumbersome.
Yeah.
Like they're just light.
Yes.
To work with.
Which I used to have those, the Boy brand. It's my first set of interchangeables. I had a coupon to Joann's, and you know, I was an early knitter. It was fine. It worked until then I got not a Knit Picks, but the Knitter's Pride.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think another pro is that the cord isn't crappy. So if you are a Chowgu user, you know that the cord is superior.
Yeah, it is it's like a braided stainless steel wire.
Yes.
With a coating on it, and it's so soft. The Boy ones were just, oh yeah. My Knitter's Pride ones were okay.
Yeah. Yeah, these are pretty flexible.
Yes. They move quite a bit.
Yeah, they move quite a bit. And
we didn't heat these or anything.
No.
So we didn't
really
do any of that. Which
it's pretty chilly down here, so they're pretty.
It's cold down here. I had no problem when I was knitting.
Same.
Getting the cord to cooperate. And it's
and and they don't have that memory. That's what I think. That's what makes a good cord. If it doesn't have the memory, like it's not gonna stay stuck in that position.
These are more resilient.
Yes.
Yes. And the color.
The color is definitely a pro.
Their cords, if you get the unicorn ones that are pink for the interchangeables, or if you get any of the other Addi interchangeable cords, they all fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't have to use
this particular
color. It comes with this color, but you can mix and match if you feel like it, or if you already have a set of.
Yeah, or if that's what's available to you currently. Like, yeah. So those are all pros for me. Yes. And also, I was kind of worried about the texture on here and how I would adjust to knitting with it. I didn't even notice.
I loved it. I loved, because it actually, sort of helped me a little.
It gives you a little
psychologically, I think.
Yes.
It's just nice to be knitting along and then, feeling the texture, and then suddenly you feel it, and then you think of a unicorn.
It also gives me a little bit of little endorphins when, you know how you put your project away and you move it onto the cord and you put your needle stoppers on and it looks really pretty.
Yes. And even those, because I always use the red interchangeables from. Yes. Even those ones, the fixed ones that it isn't as pointed at the end, I had no problem whatsoever.
No. Now,
even though if I try to use somebody else's needles, I have a fixed set of the Chow Goose that aren't the red lace ones.
Yeah.
I would like to light those ones on fire. I hate those needles. They're a size 4, so it's the size I need a lot.
The most, yeah.
And sometimes I bust them out because I don't want to change my interchangeables or something. And I skip. I have a couple sets of that size.
On fire.
I skip that one every time, and they're bent right here and. Going from their lace ones to their not lace ones, I can't.
It's a bad experience.
It is. Whereas these bothered me in no way.
Yeah, in both the fixed and the.
Well, these are pointier.
Yeah.
Yeah. But neither of them. They were both lovely to knit with.
Okay. So
those were pros.
Those are our pros. And guess what? Our cons are going to be really fast because there's not a lot of them. One of the cons for me was that after knitting with this, and I think they might have, I don't know if they have a coating on them, and this is, I don't know how these are made, but after knitting with them for a while, I began to have a slightly metallic smell, and I don't smell it now. You don't smell it in the packaging. I don't know what I was doing, but
see, I also knit with them for a while.
And didn't have anything. Yeah, so I think it might have also been the combination. Also, it's a preference thing. I'm very sensitive to smells in general. If I don't like the smell of something, it's very offensive to me. So that is my own personal preference.
I'm pretty sure most people feel that way.
Yes, but for me, it's very deep.
It's deep. It's a deep seated.
Deep.
Yes.
And the only other con that we both said was that the interchangeable set it only starts at
the smallest they have in the interchangeables is a 4, and but there's a reason for that. It's because the system of the click, they have to have enough.
It has to be
substantial. The diameter has to be big enough to be able to do that without having a faulty needle. Yeah,
and they offer the smaller sizes in fixed, right? Yeah.
In the fixed, they have the smaller. I had one other con.
Okay, well, I want to just
finish that one.
Yeah. So they don't buy them not starting at that size. By them not only starting at a 4, it kind of makes them the value for the price that you pay for them, it kind of like, because they're kind of pricey.
I mean, yeah, these are high end. They're probably the priciest.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I think they're one of the most expensive of the needles.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're kind of pricey, but I do think that they are worth it.
I mean, it is quality German engineering.
I mean, yes, it's quality, but you're also, it's just like...
I mean, I say that I was married to a German before. This is why I have been taught that all things German are better.
It's also just like anything. Like, you pay for the packaging. You pay for this, you get a pink cord. You got this. These are things that you can't find in another interchangeable set. And another needle set. And so you have to pay for them. They're premium. Yeah. So
I think with as much as I knit and how important my tools are for me, I would have to save up a little.
Yeah.
I would
But
buy
they
these.
will be worth it.
I would buy these, yes. My only other con, and this didn't bother me in any way, but if you are a super tight knitter, the little ridge, the little ridge where it joins. Mm-hmm. If you're a super tight knitter, you might have a difficult time sliding it over that. I didn't have that problem, but I could see where some people may. But
I will say that if you do have that problem, I can have that problem sometimes on a smaller needle, like when I'm knitting with like a finger on weight. Yeah. But since this only goes, since the interchangeable only starts at a 4, you would not have the same issue on the smaller circumference. Yes. So, yeah.
So it starts at a 4 and it goes up to an 11, which is an 8 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, I like them.
All in all, like, I was shocked.
Yeah, I was blown away.
I was
impressed.
I had used Addi's like 20 years ago that my friend had. I didn't think I would. I thought I'd be like, okay, they're needles, whatever. Yeah. And you know the cord on the Chowgoos are so good, which they have a patent on, and I don't know when that expires. I was gonna look that up before this to, you know,
they set the bar really high.
So some of my job has to be important. So but I actually love these, and Shala and I might be fighting over who keeps what.
Or just here. I'll just come to your house and just take.
Well, no, Rudy might eat them. You gotta be careful at my house.
Just take random ones.
And then the crochet hook, which is missing.
Yes. Well, what you don't have to say that, Heather. Just strike that from the
crochet hook. We had mixed reviews. I think we felt different on the crochet hook. And take this as we are not crocheters, really.
No. Listen, I've literally only crocheted with one set of crochet hooks. I have never tried another one. So this is very you put these away really pretty, I don't know what I'm good at it.
I have crocheted in the past with the super cheap boy like aluminum things. And I currently crochet. I took Nitty Natty's advice, and I got a set of the clover that have the
rubber,
the like a silicone handle,
and that's what I use now too.
Yes, which they're fine. They're fine. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience in this.
Yeah. I literally only use like 1 or 2 sizes from the silicone handle one, so it's just like okay.
I really liked the Addi crochet hook.
And I did not. And that's why I say that these opinions are a preference thing. Yes. Because the things that I disliked about them are the things that Heather loved. Yes. And that's because it's a preference thing. Yes. So I was thrown off by the hook.
The shape of the head?
Yeah, the shape of the head. For me, it didn't flow.
It took me a little time to get used to it.
Yes.
And then I did.
Yeah. And maybe if I would have used it longer, but I got frustrated. Mainly because crochet for me is like a mindless thing, especially because I'm not doing anything with shaping or anything like that. It's just mindless. Yeah. I also didn't love the handle, which is like a wooden handle.
See, I loved the handle.
See?
And it wasn't because it was wood. I mean, like, the handle, it was big enough for my hands. Like, in circumference. Like, so my hands didn't hurt from it. Because sometimes the little, you know, the old, like, boy ones. Like,
with no cushioning, yeah.
And I liked, the handle was a little bit longer.
And
so
I did not.
Overall, it was a little bit longer than my clover ones, which I loved. But saying that, I also prefer 5-inch interchangeables, 5-inch needles. I only use the 4-inch if I have no other option. Like, even when I knit a hat, I use magic loop. And I only do 4-inch if it's like color work, and magic loop is a hot mess.
Yeah.
And those tiny needles, no, like, they hurt my hands.
You can't be caught dead with a 9-inch circular.
But, and even though, like, it's not like our hands, I think my hands are actually smaller.
Yeah.
I also have tiny hands.
Yeah, I have tiny hands
Tiny
too.
feet.
Lamont always thinks it's funny. His hand is like...
Oh, yeah, right? Which, that's a funny story. I was showing these, my husband's trying to make stitch markers, and I was showing people 2 versions. And one version was on my hand, and one version was on my husband's hand. And I was like, which do you like better? And they're like, oh, well, they should definitely be the smaller one. So they meant the one on Chris's hand. I was like, no, they're the same size. It's our hands are different size.
Our hands are just different sizes.
But yeah, like, it's long enough so it doesn't hit in the wrong place on you, which I liked. You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just preference. It's not.
Yeah, it's just preference.
Yeah. And then, also the metal shaft part of the needle itself.
Coated?
I don't know if it was coated, and I tried to feel it, but it had a little different coefficient of friction. Things didn't slide as much as they did on the clover, which I liked.
Not at all.
Because I crochet too tight, and it helps you not crochet as tight because then
you get resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much resistance. So I loved that about
I get
it.
that. I did not like that, and again, that's because I want to mindlessly crochet. Like, I don't want to have any type of resistance or anything. But again, I've only used one or two size crochet hooks in one set. So,
whereas knitting needles, we've used a lot of knitting needles from the crappiest of crap.
Yes, I've used some pretty insane.
Yes.
Needles that I would not, 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Yes, same. But some of that is also preference.
Yes.
But we hope you enjoyed the review. We've been approached, by some other people that we have said no to because we only want to do it if it's something that we think like you guys would actually benefit from, be interested in.
Yeah.
But with this, we are also doing a giveaway. So the lovely people at Skacel want us to do a giveaway with you. Basically, you would receive, if you win, either approximately 3 fixed, what are these called?
Circulars.
Sorry, I lost my mind. 3 sets of fixed circulars or 3 crochet hooks, approximately, depending on your crafting preference. So to enter, you just need to subscribe to our channel.
Sorry.
And comment with if you're a knitter or a crocheter, or which you would prefer to have the needles or the hooks in. And for our own curiosity, also comment with.
We're nosy.
Yeah, we're nosy.
We want to know
with
everything.
Your favorite needle or hook. So, like, for me, if I was going to answer it, I would say, like, interchangeables, circular, 5-inch, metal.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like wooden needles, bamboo, driftwood, nothing. No. So,
no matter how slippery
metal.
it is.
And everybody is different in that regard.
Yeah.
So I'm not poo-pooing those. They just don't work for my style of knitting. So, comment that. Like if you would prefer knitting needles, crochet hooks, and what your favorite ones out there are right now.
Yeah.
All right, and then
we have some. There's
yeah,
more.
We'll randomly pick a comment, and you will receive your items. And then there's also
a separate
giveaway. So we highly encourage you to visit our Instagram, which is Charm City Unicorns.
I'm gonna put it here.
And Skacel's Instagram, and that's Skacel. Is it written on any of these? Yes. Skacel, which we had to ask them how to pronounce that, so don't worry.
Yeah.
We did it right, or we think.
We think.
So we're going to have a collaborative Instagram post for an additional giveaway. So I would suggest following both of us on Instagram and waiting for that post.
So you can stay in the know.
Yes, and have another chance to win
some unicorns needles. Yeah.
Our next video. So we were planning to do...
And I just want to say that this video is so long because we've missed some time. So
Yes.
we've had to catch up.
Yes.
So the next video should be a little less.
And there was a yarn festival.
Yeah.
And a review. And. So the next video would be a shorter, not the full length video. We were planning to do our favorite spring cardigans that had less than 100 projects in Ravelry, but it is now late March, early April when the episode comes out. So we wanted to ask your opinion.
You wouldn't get that episode until like mid-April.
Yes.
So we wanted to ask you guys.
We were going to do an Instagram post. So again, head to us on Instagram, Charm City Unicorns. And we're going to put up a poll. If you would rather our next video be spring cardigans or
summer
tanks
tees
and
tanks.
So which would be better for you given the time of year that it is? Which would you rather see? Good things for spring or good things for summer?
Okay. So head to Instagram, do the poll, and we will assess, and that will determine what our next video is.
So we should be seeing you again in about 2 weeks, unless life
is lifing again. And I would request that life not life. Thanks.
I would like to be at home several weekends. I would like to be at home until April 26th is Frederick Fiber Fest, which is an hour, whatever. And then the following weekend is Yarn Centric,
which
Shala
I'm
asked.
Yes. And Heather will be in the booth with me.
And then for Maryland Sheep and Wool, which is the following 2 days, we are planning to do a meetup. So if you would be interested in meeting us somewhere,
sitting around chatting.
Yeah, sitting around chatting, knitting, eating, because their ice cream, I can't even talk about the ice cream at Maryland Sheep and Wool at the fairgrounds there. Oh, anyway, let us know if that would be something you're interested in.
And we'll put something together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all, because that's enough.
Merch.
Oh.
Merch. We're planning to have some unicorns merch in your booth.
Yes. We will have some unicorns merch in the booth. Stay tuned, because we're probably going to tease some of that on our Instagram and maybe do a YouTube short, not sure, of what that will all entail. We're at the final stages of ironing out the details. Okay, so that is the end of episode 4. We have yapped all we can yap, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
All I want is satisfaction.
were like, oh.
What's going on? Okay.
You can have that in, but you can blur that out. Look at this pink. Look at this pink. Only one left.
Of course, it's only one left. Is that a stitch marker?